Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the KONTAINEROZ podcast. The podcast is sponsored by PortPro, the leading operating system for drayage carriers. Schedule a demo today at portpro.io. In the studio, we got Danny Cordon and Rene Ibarra, two owner-operators teaming up, trying to make it happen in the drayage game. So let's get right into it.
That's right.
Who goes first? Share a little about yourself.
All right, so my name is Danny Cordon. I got my license about like 7 months ago. I was a diesel mechanic for about 10 years. Mainly worked at Freightliner for about 7 years. Known him for quite some time now. I think like 7 years, 8 years. Got my license. My dad's been trucking since, I believe, 86, 87. Always been around trucks. I got family members that are truck drivers, port gang, trailers, flatbeds, whatever, you name it. And always been around it. And, but I kind of always focused in mechanics for a while. And even when I met him, I used to tell him like, hey bro, get your license, it's good. And I didn't even have mine.
I was tripping out. The timeline didn't match.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so and I got my license and been working at the port for 7 months. It's been good. It's been good.
You know what? You know how we make assumptions, and it's horrible as humans. I'm assuming. See, I'm making an assumption right now that as humans we assume. So,
Yeah.
I assumed that you guys met. This is the scenario I ran in my head. Like, okay, so Rene pulled up, and he was his mechanic, and Rene was showing off his check to him, and Rene told him he should get his license.
Yeah.
So funny story. So the way that even trucking came into my perspective, because I never even thought of trucking as a career for myself, right?
Yeah.
It was I would say 7 years ago. Me and my friends used to go to the gym, and he used to go to the gym too, right?
Yeah.
And I remember one time we were just kicking it, and we were like, hey, like, you should get into trucking, like, there's a bunch of like sick ass rounds that you could do for like good ass money. They're like, oh, like fucking, they pay $300-$400 if you go up to Redlands, easy money, this and that. I'm like, shit, bro. I'm like, how much you be making? He said, I don't got my license.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But
Hey, but trust me, bro.
yeah. He's like, but trust me. So, well, since I've been knowing him and his family for like a cool minute, I used to actually be in the same kindergarten class as his little sister.
Oh, wow.
And in high school, his sister started dating one of my closest friends. So it's like we were always like sort of together. So I remember after he told me that at the gym, I was like, fuck, well, let me look into it. And then I talked to his pops one time that there was like a family party or something, and we all went. And I told him, like, hey, like, si agarro mi licencia, like, usted me daría trabajo? He's like, sí. He's like, agárrala.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess, I don't know if he didn't have faith in me, or he didn't believe me, but I literally got my license within like a month or so after that.
Month.
And then I pulled up. I'm like, hey, like, I'm ready to go. What's up? And he's
about that.
Yeah. He's like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, ya agarré la licencia. He's like, pensé que no le iba a agarrar. I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking ready to go. Pero pues también, like, at that time, I had fucking a month with less than a month with my license. And I'm like, shit, I'm ready to go. He's like, well, you got to wait a little bit until fucking the insurance is going to be able to accept you.
Yeah.
Because that was the time when the company that we were working with, we were working under their permits, under their insurance, before the AB-5 shit.
Yeah.
That it was still good to go. So that company wasn't going to get me off the get-go. So his pops was like, you know what, like, let's go out. You'll drive for a couple of months. I'll pay you a little bit, and until the insurance is able to get you. And that's pretty much how it started, bro. Like, I actually remember when when I used to go out driving with his pops, that was in the time where it was like raining, bro, like pouring. Like, so this was years ago. Like, I learned how to technically drive in the rain. That shit was so sketch. Like, that's when
It's like a boot camp from the get-go.
yeah, bro.
That's when all the stupid drivers come out.
Yeah. That's why his pops always gives me power. He's like, usted aprendió en la lluvia. Like, usted aprendió difícil.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, I used to be driving, and sometimes his pop would like fall asleep in the passenger seat. But he would only wake up to bust my balls whenever I would fucking miss gear. He like, mi troque. I'm like, oh shit.
Like, damn, I thought you were sleeping.
Yeah. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but ever since then, fucking, well, it's been 5-6 years with the license now.
Yeah.
Wow. And now you guys are over here considering a partnership, or is that in the works?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the works already.
Yeah, it's been in the works for I think a couple of months, close to a year or so. You know, he was driving for my pops, and you know, we decided just to get together, and you know, we had a couple of rigs. We had like 3-4 rigs, and then we said, well, you know, we're in this together. We just might as well should partner up. You know, and, you know, for a while, it was him and my pops. Obviously, I didn't have my license. You know, I would take care of the maintenance and still be part of it. And, you know, it got to the point where, you know, you can't really depend on drivers nowadays, you know. And, you know,
difficult.
It's difficult. And we had several times where we had a truck just chilling. And I had my pops and him busting my balls like, hey, what the fuck? Get your license. Get your license. But I feel like
the ones that have the license don't want to even come.
Exactly. So yeah, exactly. And you know, I would see the paychecks and shit, and I'll be like, damn, bro. I'm like, fuck. Mm-hmm. You know, and then they used to tell me, it's like, hey, bro, watch. As soon as you get your license, you jump in that rig and you'll create your own schedule, and you know, you'll work the way how you want to work.
And if the port was a character, it'd be like, yeah, okay.
yeah.
You think?
Do that.
Psych.
Do that loud.
Yeah. Yeah. So
look at this guy schedule.
Yeah, and you know, yeah, we had a couple times that the trucks were chilling, and they would tell me, get your license. And, you know, I think that's where comfortness comes in, because I felt comfortable where I was for a long time. I mean, being a diesel mechanic for a long time, and, you know, dedicating pretty much all my time to it. You know, it got to a point where I'm like, you know, it's chill. You know, I like what I do. But then, you know, it also, you have to keep your eyes open, not eyes open, but, you know, your options open. And regardless, I mean, I did try getting my license when I was like 20, 21, 22. I'm 30 now. Yeah, I tried going to Toro. I know. Yeah, I tried going to Toro trucking school, and yeah, they didn't really help me out at the time. Couldn't pass the RIN test. And I think that's what kind of like brought me down. And I always put that shit in my head, like, man, you're not going to pass. And then that's when I started focusing more like in the mechanics, you know. And yeah, once, I mean, this was all like, hey, bro, it goes, and basically, hey, you want to be part of this shit, you got to get your license, nigga. And I was like, well, fuck, all right then. So, you know, yeah, you know, I became a dad, and, you know, I was off for like 2 months. And, you know, I was pretty much like in training, you know, with my pops. You know, he'll have me drive, you know, you know, but at nighttime, obviously. And
That was pretty cool of them, right? They gave you the paternity leave. Two
yeah,
months.
yeah, they did. Yeah, and then yeah, and this fool goes, hey, you need help with the inspection? Fool, I help you out and shit. So, you know, it came.
I would always tell this, so I'm like, bro, like, if I was able to pass the fucking test, I damn barely graduated from fucking high school. I'm like, I'm pretty sure anyone could fucking pass the test.
Yeah, that's what my pops would say too, man.
Yeah, I wonder if you got jelly a little bit. Like, my dad likes him more than me.
No shit.
Pégale, Carene. Tú quítate.
No shit.
Este taquito
You're the
para
son I've
René.
never had.
For a while, I thought he was the older brother.
You're left out and shit.
Yeah, and yeah, you know, I came back to work at the dealer, and then I was all like, man.
It was already there. The seed was there.
Yeah. It was already there, and I said, man, you know what, man, I you know, we got something big. You know, we started something. We got something that we can, you know, blow up. And you know, I said, if I continue to stay where I'm at, I'm not gonna do anything, and it's all just gonna be a talk, like you know, like. Yeah. Like, well, what if I've done this or what if I did that?
Where you're at is an instant gratification, right? Because you know it's guaranteed. You get paid that week and all that. And
exactly.
This is, let's be real, this is a risk.
Exactly. It's a risk that you take, but it's a risk with options. I mean,
talking about risk. When was it? Last year when we got the black Peterbilt?
Oh yeah. So.
Bro, all right, so
humildemente he threw the Peterbilt name out there.
No.
Peterbilt.
Algo leve.
I think it's
wasn't
like,
a long nose though. It wasn't a long nose. It wasn't a long nose.
So last year around December we got a used Peterbilt because we were looking for trucks. We couldn't find some that were okay, I guess, or at a good price range. So we're like, fuck it, let's get this Peterbilt that we found on OfferUp.
Sounds sketchy
Worst
already.
Fucking decision ever.
Yeah, worst decision.
So we got the truck. We ended up getting it for fairly cheap, pero le metimos feria to fix it up, get it ready to go for a driver.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we were in that truck like around 20 something or something like that. At the end of the day, like with putting it in the insurance, everything, maintenance,
20
tires,
racks?
Yeah.
20 racks?
About with the purchase
plus the cost? Or
yeah, plus no.
That's with the cost.
With the cost of the truck. So we got it cheap.
Yeah.
But it was like with everything.
What year was it again, that truck?
It was 2010,
11, something like
2010.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you took a major risk.
Yeah,
bro, we did.
And we learned.
Lo barato sale caro.
Bro. Yeah, it's one of those risks that you take that, you know, you could get something cheap and then...
Yeah, I know what happened there. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, it's cool.
We got a mechanic on the team. Fuck it, let's go.
That's why we thought about it, because we said, you know, the cosmetics, it wasn't that bad, you know.
I have a picture of it.
It was a pretty nice truck to where we had work for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we had work for it, and we said, you know, it's cheap. You know, maybe our turnaround, you know, we'll get back our profit in you know, with no problem. And yeah, we spent about a month just fixing it. The driver was like driving it around a little bit here and there, and then we got it in the insurance, and bam.
We sent a driver out one night, bro. Like the night that it was supposed
the first run.
The first run. I think he was going out. Where was he going?
He was going to Victorville, I believe.
He was going to Victorville.
Oh, that was your test run, man?
That was the test run.
Yeah,
so he was going down PCH, about to get onto the 710.
PCH.
He made it onto the on-ramp. He made it halfway onto the on-ramp and the fucking motor seized.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, he calls us like around 11 o'clock, midnight. He goes, hey, the truck shut off. And then we all go, and, you know, we got the charger on it. We got the cables and chains and everything. And then
Pepe's like,
Yeah, yeah.
No, that was CHP, bro. CHP was there, like hey, we're gonna tow your shit.
do, man?
Yeah. Well, they gave us some time. They said, hey, you know, I'll give you guys 10 minutes to, you know, move this shit out of here. And
You were literally blocking other people from
yeah,
getting on the
yeah.
freeway.
We were literally on the off ramp, so they had to close the off ramp.
Oh,
And
We're
then,
one of those assholes.
Yeah.
can you get billed for that? You think?
I don't know, probably.
Probably you can. I mean, we didn't get billed for it.
Cause we were like on top of it.
Yeah.
Like when the CHP told us that, I was like, well, this shit ain't moving. So I fucking drove back to the yard, which is like down the street from there.
Yeah.
And I picked up a 4-axle that we have, like, so we could tow it. And we're like, so this shit ain't moving right now. So we look sketchy as hell. Like, I'm surprised the CHP let us do that. Like, hook up chains to the truck.
Yeah, we
And
changed
pull it.
and
pulled
we
it.
pulled it back on the ramp. With I think it was an empty or was it a load?
Yeah, it was a load.
Yeah, it was with a load.
I'm telling you, like, I'm surprised the CHP
Did you
let
pull
us.
it all the way to the yard?
We
Yeah.
pulled it all the way to the yard.
The CHP let us do that, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool that he let us do that, but it's like, fuck, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it's low-key sketchy.
He's like, I can't pull you over because I'm guarding this area, but good luck.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, honestly, you know, we thought that it was gonna be something, you know, not that major. You know, we said,
Yeah.
oh, maybe probably batteries are shit or
Starter
Starter or alternator.
You know what I mean?
and you know we took it back to the yard and then we said fuck it, we'll take a look at it in the morning. And yeah, you know, I grabbed my tools and everything, and engine was seized. Like it didn't move.
I'm about to pull your mechanic card right now because my mind is struggling to understand the part where you said it could have been the starter or the batteries. At
Yeah.
that point, it's already running, so I don't think it could matter, does it?
It's because the driver.
Or once it turned off,
No, it was turned off.
just
but
laugh. I was trying to be funny.
oh,
Never mind.
No, it's because that driver siempre like.
¿Va prendido o it might be the battery?
it might be. Well, cause we
Can't you disconnect the batteries once it's already on and you're good if it's still rolling?
yeah, we could do that. The thing is that when we put the cables on it, we try to start it and
Then it wouldn't.
it wanted to start.
Oh.
And you know, old school, you know, my pops is like, es el starter, or it's the alternator, and
Okay.
yeah. So
Just
like
throwing everything in the book. Like,
exactly,
this
we
is
just
that.
throw it, yeah, and then you know, it wanted to start, but then you know it wouldn't. So yeah, one thing led to another, and in the morning we ended up finding metal in the oil, and engine just completely locked. And we're like, fuck. We're like, bro, we didn't even get a run off of this shit.
What's the total loss?
Well,
It was like 40 feria con
yeah,
todo.
Are you,
And then, I mean, we were able to take out fucking
parts?
some parts, so
Yeah,
we make
yeah,
some
some
money back.
parts.
Like, bro, like we had
Yeah.
bought in new batteries.
Yeah.
Fucking tires. Like a bunch of cosmetic shit for the inside for the driver for him to be comfortable.
Where's that truck now?
so that truck, I have an uncle that lives in Bakersfield, and he was interested in buying a truck, you know, and you know, I told him the truth. I'm like, hey, truck is good, just needs an engine.
I mean,
bro,
it's
the truck is awesome.
It's
Yeah.
tanterito,
Yeah,
you know?
estanterito, you know.
Look, in that night that it failed on us, one thing I like about this truck, it has a true spirit to succeed.
It
It
does.
kept trying to
It
turn
does.
on.
It
Never
kept-
gave up. You know?
It kept trying. I mean,
Sold.
yeah. Yeah, you know, I told him the truth, and he ended up buying it. Apparently, he had a friend that was selling the motor for it, the same motor. So he goes, "Oh, I'll get that shit off of your hands." And yeah, we ended up selling it, and then I don't think we learned because we ended up buying another one, but not off of OfferUp. I bought it.
Craigslist.
Yeah, we bought it off of an uncle. As well, you know, and I think that one was also 2010 Century, but it was running, you know. So my uncle had it going up and down Cali, and you know, it was running. And honestly, we were looking towards those trucks because we had a driver that couldn't get inside the port. So you know,
Okay.
we had a lot of companies that were giving us yard to yard.
But like
And-
obviously yard to yard is always a lot less money. You get me? So it's
Exactly.
like we can't invest into like a newer truck for him if he's not gonna be able to produce as much money as someone that could go into the ports.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
So
that truck actually, I mean, that the last truck that we got, that one actually came out to be
yeah,
pretty good, actually, bro.
yeah, it did. Yeah, it we had it for like I think like 5-6 months. So you know, and then the driver for it, you know, he has his plans, and you know, he and I think he went to El Salvador or some shit like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he left us with the truck, and then we're like, well, bro, I mean,
Nobody else is gonna.
no
wanna
one
jump
else is
on.
gonna drive
It
this
can't go
shit.
into the ports itself. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah. So yeah, I ended up selling it.
Before the spike in prices, or
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
no.
right.
This is like before. Yeah,
before $6 a gallon?
Oh,
Yeah.
before $6 a
yeah,
gallon.
before the spikes on all prices, bro.
Yeah, in all price. Yeah, I say last year in June we ended up selling it. I sold it to a homie of mine. Shout out,
Shout out.
shout out. Yeah, and he does trailer moves. So we ended up selling it to him. We worked at Freightliner too. You know, as a diesel mechanics.
You told him to get his license, man?
No, he had his license.
Oh.
He had his license. I think he got it when he was like 2021, some shit like that. And then at work, he used to tell me, he's like, hey, estás pendejo, hey, get your fucking license, bro. Like, fool, I had everybody and their mamas tell me to get my license. And yeah, we ended up selling to him, and he still has it.
Still going strong.
You know,
Got him.
that's right. That's right. Yeah.
During-
It's still going strong.
That's good to hear,
Yeah.
right? When you had that loss, you were already under doing business together?
Yeah,
That
we
first
were.
loss? Okay.
Yeah.
Any tips for how would you document that, or are you figuring it out as you go? Do you have a CPA? Like, how do you document those losses to benefit your business? Because now, if it would be a tax deduction anyways, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
It doesn't hurt that as bad, or how do you feel?
No, I mean, in taxes, I mean, it would be a tax deduction because obviously it's an expense that we had, you know. But in far as the paperwork wise, I mean,
Bro, we're taking it as we go, to be honest.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It just came to
'cause-
mind because I think like that's the beauty of a business. I'm thinking that if you have a loss, it's not although it's a loss, it's still not gonna. It'll benefit you in the end, right? That's
Yeah.
24,000. That was not a profit.
You're right.
exactly,
right?
Yeah,
Instead of take. So when you bought it, I wonder how you could document that purchase. Like if you bought it cash money, do you just tell your CPA, we bought this truck cash? How do we document it as a expense?
I think we wrote it down as I think we wrote down the purchase as an expense, and I think all the repairs just as maintenance.
Okay.
That's how we did it. So I'm pretty sure we moved everything towards like the maintenance side. That way, you know, we won't see it that much.
Yeah,
as
because
a-
like
as
with
a
most of the
loss.
stuff that has to do with like taxes and stuff, I have a really good friend. I've been knowing her for like years, bro, and she has her own taxes and insurance office. So a lot of the shit where like we're stuck, I'll just hit her up and be like, hey, like, bro, like, what do I do? It's like, bro, I'm a trucker for a reason. I don't know most
Yeah.
of this shit. Like, you know a lot of us that are truckers, like, we're in the trucking industry because it's like, la verdad, bro, that was the easiest shit to go into to make good money, and that it's like you don't really have to fucking know a lot. Obviously, you learn as you go, but it's like, I mean, personally, that's also one of the main reasons why I got into trucking, because I got into it. Well, before I got into it, I was going to college for welding. I took 2 semesters of welding, and I'm like, yeah, bro, this shit's gonna fuck up my eyes. It's gonna fuck up my lungs. Like, I'm already chunky, bro. I can't afford to fucking, I can't afford to have a fucked up ass fucking lungs and shit.
Yeah.
So I started looking up. I'm like, shit, like what can I do that makes good money in a pretty fast period of time that I don't have to like have cabeza for? You get me? And I'm like, all right, fuck it. I looked into it. I asked this fool. I asked his pops. I'm like, trucking. Like as a driver, bro. Like if you're a hustler, you can make easily over $1,500 a week.
Yeah.
As a driver, I'm like, shit. Like if I'm making $1,500 a week as a driver, like now as an owner operator, how much I could be making?
Yeah.
But based on your story earlier, that's how much you can lose as well.
That's right.
Fuck yeah.
Let him know, because people think you're gonna be an owner op and you're gonna be balling out of control. All of a sudden.
No.
Oh yeah, no.
It's like you're making
maintenance fund. Maintenance what? Yeah. Oh, out of business.
I had to save for tires. What?
Yeah.
Like, bro, like is just because you're making money doesn't mean all that money's yours. Shit, the truck needs tires. You know the tires are fucking not cheap. Oil changes over right now I think it's like damn near $300 for an oil change.
Yeah.
It's like everything's expensive as fuck, and especially now. Even the trucks, bro. Like the truck that I'm driving, that's the first truck that we got. We got it dirt cheap, bro, from the dealership.
Yeah, that was like before the spike.
Yeah, bro. We got that truck. I think for low 30s.
Yeah, low 30s. Yeah, it's a 2015.
Yeah, we got it for low 30s, and I'm pretty sure right now that same truck, like if you were to go to the dealership, you're probably gonna find it for like around 80, 70.
Oh yeah,
sounds about right.
Yeah,
Fácil. And plus when we got that truck, like that shit had low miles. I think it had like around 300 and something. Right now I'm up to like 460, 470. But still, it's still considered a low mile truck.
Yeah.
For what it is, because it's like you go to the dealership right now. We've been looking, bro. It's like you go to the dealership. It's like a truck for $80,000. It's like, I mean, a truck that's $80,000 has like over 500,000 miles.
Oh, way over. I mean, the last one we tried getting, it was like, I think it was a 2015, 80 grand, 800 and something thousand miles, no history on it. And you know, I think they wanted like 8 G's down, and then like $3,000 a month. I'm like, and yeah, we thought about it. We're like, bro, we were able to get 3 trucks in a matter of what, like 7 months, 8 months, and we're like, we don't even pay, like our payment in 3 trucks isn't even our payment for that one truck that we tried getting. So we're like,
bro, we got the majority of the trucks that we all got them like right before the spike.
Yeah, right before the spike.
Like literally right before, and it's crazy that what we got all 3 trucks for is like around the price of one now.
Yeah, basically.
How did shit? Oh yeah, how did insurance feel about that? The fast growth, because I think with the own authority, your new authority, they don't want you getting more than 2 trucks the first year, and then after that, you kind of grow.
Yeah, so the insurance told us that we couldn't have more than 4 trucks.
Oh, okay.
So, and that's how many trucks we had. At one point, we did have 5 trucks, but we had two separate policies. One policy was for 1 truck, and then the other 4 were under the same policy.
Did that get confusing? Because
it did get confusing. Yeah. The reason why we got it was that a lot of new drivers with 2 weeks with their license, a month, 2 months, 3 months, they were hitting us up and they're like, hey, you guys hiring, and we were able to find an insurance that could get you, even if you got your license in 2 hours. Okay. They'll get you, and that's why we had it that way. We had it like that maybe for like 4 months or so, until that driver got experience, and then we were able to find an insurance with 1 policy for 4 trucks right now, because we sold 1. And
how does that work? I mean, the other policy, it was obviously under like an individual.
It was under an individual.
Okay. Yeah. How do you document that, like for business purposes? Like it just you had to take that hit on the side, I guess.
Pretty much. Bro.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I mean, we took the hit in the beginning, and then in the beginning he was putting in work, and down payment wasn't that bad. I think it was like bad. 2-3 racks, I guess.
I don't know why it's confusing for me. Like I don't think I would have done it. I know it sounds like I didn't want to try, but
Yeah.
because it feels like you got company A with 4 trucks,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna do some company B stuff with 1 truck,
Yeah.
and then that's like the growth of that one is not even contributing to A, is it?
Well, it is. It
Like,
is contributing.
Income,
Yeah.
and it all ended up at the same place somehow.
Yeah.
It all ended up at the same place.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, because like I
You
said,
gotta
like,
get creative with it, huh?
the guy that we were doing that for era un conocido mío, so I was like, well, fuck it. I mean, I vouched for him. I mean, at the end of the day, it came back to bite me in the ass.
Yeah.
But
The mic.
it came back to bite me in the ass. But it's like, I mean, you could only do so much for some people. You get me? Whereas like you'll take a little bit of L, pero you're hoping that in the future he's gonna do better for you. Like obviously we helped him out to get his experience with us, and we're like you know what, like we'll help you out, pero like put in work.
yeah.
And in the beginning he was putting in work, so we were seeing some sort of a profit, pero yeah después, once it started transitioning to where it's like he had experience, you know, bro, like some drivers, as soon as they have experience, bro, they get like all like they want.
I want that owner out money.
Yeah.
But I don't want to own a truck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like they want to put so many like rules, but as a driver, and it's like, bro, like it doesn't work like that. Like if you want, we'll help you get your own truck, pero like to be honest, like I've told a couple of the guys that have driven for us that have been my friends, like, you know what, like honestly, not trying to be fucked up, but the way you're driving, I don't recommend you being an owner operator. Like once you become an owner operator, bro, it's like it's not easier, it's harder. It's like you got to be on top of everything. Like, bro, right now you get to the yard, you hop on the truck. If the motherfucker don't turn on, you're like, hey, your shit don't turn on. Like, what are you gonna do? Either
Yeah,
you're gonna go home or jump on another truck. Like if it was your truck, like you hop on your truck, you're like, this shit don't turn on. You're like, fuck.
You can't go home in peace. You're gonna stay there and try to figure it out.
Fuck,
Exactly.
like, what the fuck is going
Otherwise,
on now?
tomorrow you don't got work either.
Yeah, you're like, fuck, like you gotta figure it out. And it's like the way they were working. Some of them were working. Is like, fuck, like no te conviene, la verdad. Like not trying to sound fucked up.
Yeah.
Not that I want to keep you as a driver, because
Yeah.
I came from there. Like I was a driver. I became an owner operator. So it's not like I'm trying to fucking hold you down. Like I want you guys to grow, but it's like, a la verdad, bro, unless you're gonna be putting in more work, I don't see that happening for you, bro. Like I'm sorry, but
Would you say that hiring friends is a bad idea then? Not like because it could.
I mean, to a certain extent.
Yeah.
To a certain extent.
I've had bad experiences because it's like I said, I vouch for certain people that have came back to bite me in the ass. But it's like, I guess it's like being more upfront. I was too lenient. I guess we were too lenient with them.
No, we were.
That's what I get a lot. Like people, for example, like Port Pro, right? There's companies that are on Port Pro, and they have drivers, and the key of this is that everyone is on the same system, right? Like paperless, right?
No, yeah.
So for that to happen, like we need to, what do you call it? Participation. That's the right word. Participation of the drivers, because they'll take a picture of the document and it goes in the system, and they don't even need to go to the office anymore. It's just like, you know, everything's flowing. And then there's some that don't want to use the app, you know?
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, they just don't like that new technology stuff. So you reminded me right now that people fear a lot of like the drivers. Like once they get it in their head, like, no, it's like
That's it.
people don't want to lose the drivers, so they kind of cater to them, not knowing that long term it's like not moving forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and like I said, like that's I guess that was my problem with that man, where it's like I would fucking, well, both of us like le tratamos de acomodar a su gusto.
Yeah.
But it's like, I mean, that like it's I guess it's an issue like when you hire people that you know también, where it's like, fuck, like you don't want to seem like a fucking dick, but it's at the end of the day you're running a business. Like I'm sorry, pero
Yeah.
I mean, you
Business
can
is
say
business.
you know him as obviously as a friend, but you don't know him as a worker, you know.
Yeah, and now when they're as a worker, now it's fucking with your goals.
Exactly.
And it's
yeah. And you know, we've tried some shit that maybe a lot of companies wouldn't have done, but you know, we take it as learning experiences. That's how we do. I mean, you're not gonna know unless you try it, you know, and you can't really talk about it unless you do it. Mm-hmm. So that's where, you know, that's where we come in. I mean, I can say, you know, coming from my pops too. I mean, somos aventados. I mean, somos aventados, and we give it a try. And you know, many people, what they do is, you know, they think about it too much to where they're like, oh nah, that's gonna be a negative, but then they didn't really try it. So I mean,
rather jump in and fucking
exactly
take an L sometimes and then learn from it,
or back up and
yeah.
It's like
exactly. It's like
there's
times that obviously his pops has all the experience that we don't have.
Yeah.
Pero también we have some of the shit that his pops doesn't have, like you know, all the old school drivers, they're like a su manera or it's wrong. Like, you know, like it has to be done a certain way, or if not, yeah.
It's, I don't know why. Yeah.
Like if it's wrong, so it's like there's a lot of shit that we're bringing into it too, to where it's like his pops is like, no, like I don't like it like that, or it shouldn't be done like that because that's the wrong way. But it's like, to how everything is going, like that's how it should be done now. Yeah. Like what can like simple thing is like taxes, bro. I remember it was this year for the taxes. Like his pops is used to doing taxes like a todo, like con papel. You get me? Like, oh, I need the sheets for the drivers and everything. And it's like nowadays everything is done by computer. Like you only get one piece of paper to give to the drivers for their taxes, and everything else is like it's in the computers, bro. And I remember when I did the taxes for the drivers, he's like el papel de los choferes. I'm like, I already gave it to them. He's like, no, pero like lo de nosotros. I'm like, well, everything is done through computer now. No, I'm like, well, it's like it's the new thing. That's how it's done. Pero
it's that comfort zone, huh?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, that's how we are. Yeah. It's that comfort zone, like you said. I mean, I say, you know, we're multi-use.
Yeah, pretty much.
we're drivers, we're owners, we're dispatch, we're you know,
because it's like we've had companies that we work for where it's like instead of giving our drivers the work, they throw us the work, and then we distribute it to the drivers. So it's like fuck, like I'm telling you, it's like most of this shit we're learning as we go. Because obviously, I mean, I have zero. Like before I started trucking, I had zero experience in trucking at all. Like nothing. I told you earlier, like trucking never even crossed my mind. Like I was doing like completely different line of work until I got into it. So it's like I had zero experience. Obviously, I don't know no one. I didn't know no one in the trucking industry. I didn't fucking know. Que digamos like this fool, he knows mechanics. He knows X amount of people for fucking years because of his pops, because of his tios, because of this, because of that. I fucking knew no one. So it's like, it was hard, I guess.
So I know what you were before, mechanic, right? So you did that welding stuff, but what job did you have before trucking?
So as soon as I graduated from high school, I went into a company that did tree trimming, gardening, all of that shit. And since I was one of the only ones in that company that like was bilingual and like pretty fluent in it, I went into that company like within a year, 2 years. I became a foreman, and I was making, I guess, I mean back then to what I thought I was okay money. Pero the thing that I didn't like about it is that all these old heads, like all these older guys that were fucking damn near old enough to be my dad and shit, they didn't like me telling them what to do. Yeah. Because they're like, pinche mocoso. Like, you're not going to tell me what to do. I'm like, bro, yo nomás le estoy diciendo.
Pues vete a la verga, pues. Te voy a correr.
Yeah, no, pues sí. Prácticamente, that's what.
It's like, I was like, well, yo nomás le estoy diciendo que dijo que le dijeran el patrón. I'm like, yeah, si usted lo quiere hacer o no, like, that's on you. So it's like, that shit just got me frustrated. That's why I started looking into welding and then into trucking, because I was like, man, I'm over this shit. Like if I stay here, like I'm probably gonna end up fucking catching a case or something for fucking up one of these old guys for telling me shit.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to listen to me. I'm like, bro, like I'm just telling
and
you
what the young guys don't want to listen either.
Exactly. So. It's like the young guys are not gonna listen to me because like, nigga, like I went to high school with you, like I fucking know you, and the old guys like, pinche mocoso. So I'm like, who the fuck am I gonna
decide you're gonna be a boss and that's it.
Yeah.
Whoever likes it, good. If not, then you know.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we can say, you know, we have advantages that you know a lot of people may not have, you know,
and disadvantages too.
Yeah,
because of our age, bro.
Yeah, because of our age. I mean, I remember, getting into this business. There's some things that I can do, mechanics wise, and then there's some things. Well, obviously we're limited at the yard where we're at, so we can't really do much. And I know a lot of guys that fix this, fix that, or do this, or paperwork, or DMV, or stuff like that. But they wouldn't give us the trust that we wanted them to give us. Obviously they know my pops for a very long time, and obviously
but they don't know us.
That trust was with them and my pops, and but it wasn't with us. So it was very frustrating in the beginning, you can say.
Still now, even now, there's like they see us as fucking mocosos.
They see us, but we owned up to our shit, and nunca hemos quedado mal, and I think that's what helped us out now. Now that we're a little bit older, and they know us, they know how we are. We've had some advantages off of that. And that's another reason why we decided to, unite, because, I mean, we all got our tasks, my pops, he's one that he'll find work. Like, it's crazy how he'll find work. And
but you guys are finding work right now, like owner ops,
yeah.
So you guys want to take that level where you get a customer.
Exactly.
Yes. That's the goal.
That's the goal.
Well, let's do that real quick then. Let's see.
Yes, sir.
We'll do a quick little stats, so the listeners and viewers can get an idea where you're at the moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So right now you're two owner ops that teamed up to start a company, right?
Yes, sir.
And that name is going to be what?
Heavy Holland.
Heavy Holland. So right now we're under
Heavy Holland. Okay.
Yeah, we're under Carlos Cordon Trucking. That's how they know us by, and we're in the transition of Heavy Holland Transport.
Okay. Where you're at now, this is own authority.
Own authority.
Okay. And you two, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how many trucks total?
4
trucks.
Mm-hmm.
SCAT code, concessions agreement, all that.
So the SCAT code, that's where Heavy Holland comes in. So we're in the transition of getting our SCAT code with Heavy Holland right now.
And you're gonna pay the concessions agreement and all that go in.
Yes, sir. That's our goal.
That's pending.
That's what we want.
Okay.
Because we as much as we find work, we've had in several customers say, "You got your SCAT code."
Hey, if you have your SCAT code, it's gonna be
way
be more.
Much,
or if you have your SCAT code,
yeah.
like you can't get work.
Yeah.
You could get your SCAT code now, but
yeah,
it's kind of useless unless you have the concessions agreement.
Yeah,
exactly.
And since we're gonna transition to the other company, so pretty much the weight up is because of me, because I'm going through fucking pointing fingers. So I'm going through a divorce, so it's like gotta fucking hold up until all that shit is done for, and then we're gonna move on to bigger shit. Because if we move on to bigger shit right now, and then
shit, we're gonna be her drivers, huh?
He got me.
Yeah, this sounds like one of those parts you gotta drop that allegedly.
Yeah,
that's right.
Allegedly. Oh shit! So it's
all
like
right, own authority.
Yes, sir.
2 business partners.
That's right.
4 trucks. still technically operating as owner operators, then, right? With trucks. So
yes, sir.
And your drivers are drivers for owner operators.
Yes.
So that's your next step then, concessions. And then do you know what to do after that? How are you going to get a customer? Like, and all that good stuff? Or you're just going to do it and have it available for when the customer comes? They guide you through it? Or
no,
what's your idea?
we have a customer in line already. I think I can say we have 2 customers in line.
Okay.
We have a customer out in Ontario that told us the same thing. You know, if you guys have your SCAT code, you know, well, I'll give you the account. You know, I'm looking for somebody with the SCAT code, and you know, you can say, you know, we're pretty consistent. Okay. You know, so and then we have another customer out in Commerce that told us the same thing. You know, SCAT code and all that. So.
Okay. So at the moment, you're getting loads from companies. So it's a company to company.
We're getting loads from companies. So we're getting loads.
That's where I got stuck on that phase.
Yeah.
Like, I had my own authority. I'll get work from other companies.
Yeah.
But I'll ask for a little more because I had my own authority.
Yeah.
Because like what we do is that, I mean, we talk way too much anyway. So it's like when we're like at different locations, like we talk to the people that are right there, like, oh, like, like asking questions. You know that's how you fucking learn. So so we'll be like, oh, like, ¿quién es el encargado aquí or whatever, and we'll try to chop it up with them, and I mean, at the end of the day, that's how you get to know people.
Yeah,
like try to get fucking on their good side. You get me?
Yeah, it's like we got work from like 8 different companies, but out of the 8, we can say that we could work the prices with like 3 of them.
Yeah, because of your own authority.
Exactly, because of the own authority.
Okay, so that's already a plus.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing those stats. That helps other people, because you know, you don't want to come on here and this is real right here. This is what's going on. This is your journey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
so in the future,
and there's a lot of trip ups during that journey, but that's how you learn.
In the future, we could look back on this and see how far you've came, or I don't know.
No, pero también is like what people need to remember is that
it's not just the list, right? You see the list, it looks so easy.
Yeah, it's not that easy.
I'm gonna buy trucks. I'm gonna pick a partner.
That's right.
Vámonos.
You know? Okay.
It's pretty difficult, but también is like when you have your own permits and your own everything, tampoco you can't be scared to ask for more money at certain companies, because if not, they're gonna take advantage of you. Because there's a lot of companies where it's like if you're keeping them happy, y luego, like when it's your turn to ask for something, te mandan a la chingada. Like they'll be like, nah, fuck you. Like, or it's just sometimes it's like I've had issues with dispatchers before where it's like we've argued and I've told them, you know what, like at the end of the day, I'm here to make business. I'm not here to make friends, bro. Like if you're gonna make this happen, make it happen. Y si no, pues we'll part ways. We'll go our way.
Maybe just build your rate sheet and email it to them. This is my rate for this and that. Anything accessorials, that any stuff, dry run. If I have to bobtail with this many mile range, it's 100.
Yeah, bro, because it's like crazy, like
all these scenarios, you gotta get them in writing.
Yeah, bro. Because it's like there's times where it's like you could
subject to change. Fine print.
Yeah, for real. Like as soon as diesel goes up, motherfucker, everything's going up. Because it's like we have 2 companies, right? That we're working with right now. One company, let's say one company for a dry run pays fucking $125. The other company for the same dry run fucking wants to give $40, $20. So it's like, it's like, bro, you gotta ask around everywhere. Like you can't be no puedes ser tímido. Like you can't be scared to ask for prices. It's like,
cause you know what we have is we don't trust people, and it's due to shady people that all the honest people get fucked, because maybe the guy that gives you 40, he doesn't get to collect it. What if he doesn't get to collect it, and that's actually coming out of his pocket? Like, fuck, it's better than nothing. What if the guy that gives you 125 actually gets 300 and pockets the rest? You know?
Yeah,
so there's all these scenarios.
Because you always know, like, with this shit is like what you're getting is pretty much the crumbs. That's the whole goal of like why we want to move up, because it's like, all right, so if you're getting paid $500, $600 to go to Ontario, you know that company is getting damn near over $1,000 for that same round. They're giving you this amount so you could be happy. You're like, oh yeah, this company's paying so good. It's getting $600. But it's like, little do you know that the place where you're dropping them is paying them fucking $1,000, $1,200, $1,500.
Yeah.
Because it's like, like I said, we've gotten prices from different people where it's like, well, if you have your SCAT code, these are the prices. If you don't, these are the prices. And the fucking difference is huge. Like, the difference is huge.
Yeah, because if you send the fucking if you send a container back overseas, it'll be like thousands. If you fuck up.
Yeah, that's true. That's
That
true
risk,
too.
you know?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
But biz partner risky. I just saw this note here.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Is it when he mentioned divorce? I was like, that could be a risk. Let's
That's a
say
huge
you were
risk.
already popping, you know.
Yeah.
Then the divorce comes through. That he's tied into the organization, right? So
Yes.
that's a risk to consider.
That's
right,
a
in the
huge
future.
risk.
Yeah.
What other risks, and why did you take the risk then? Right.
The risk. Well, I mean,
Why partner up with someone? Just simple question.
Because sometimes it's like, it's easier to do it with someone that you know.
Okay.
Than to be like, fucking ando solo. I'm doing all this shit by myself. Like, the majority of these things, like, in this industry is like, it's hard to find someone that like came up by themselves. It's like the majority of them is
And
like
trust.
it's a couple people. You get me? Obviously, people that you trust, it's easier, like than just, bro. Because to do everything by yourself, even if you're an owner operator and you have a couple of trucks, bro, it's hard as fuck to do everything by yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta go
because you can't
pay
split
diesel,
yourself in
pay
half.
everything.
I mean,
That's
It's either you're not gonna be working and you're gonna be doing everything full time and like being above your head, fucking de cosas que hacer, or you're gonna have someone else where it's like, all right, bro, like, you do this, I'll do this, we'll meet up here and get everything done. Like por decir, on Saturdays, like, I go out and pay the diesel, pay anything that was taken out, the parts or whatever. This will hit up the mechanics, or if anything needs to get fixed, or he'll go pick up the checks from different companies. Since como le digo, like, since we're working with different companies, sometimes we gotta pick up a check in Long Beach, in Lakewood, in fucking Commerce.
Yeah, that shit gets annoying.
Yeah, so it's like, bro, if one person is driving around doing all that shit, it's gonna take up damn near the entire day to just go around and talk to those people.
I mean, I'm just saying, you know, like,
That's right.
that's when operating systems come into play.
Yeah.
There's the plateau people hit a lot of times is like on the, 10 trucks. That's where it's like it's hard to micromanage all that on your own. All that paperwork, someone's bound to
Everything.
lose something or forget something.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, I mean, yeah, my pops was by himself. Back in 09, 10, 11, when the whole new trucks came in and stuff, and it was difficult. I mean, he had 13 trucks at one point. He was by himself. And
imagine how are you gonna run all that?
It's hard, and
double
fucking
dispatching
headache.
like a motherfucker.
For real.
Yeah. So that's where I say, I always had the mentality: 2 heads are better than one. 3 heads are better than one.
Yeah.
So we kind of split each other in that way, like you said.
Wait, what?
I mean, oh shit. No, no, I mean, we kind of like we all have.
I'm about to get away from this
Oh
one.
no, motherfucker. No. We all have our duties, pues. Saturdays comes in, like, pretty much, like he said, he'll go pay the fuel, he'll go do this. I'll go, pick up, do driver's checks, whatever, and all that.
Don't hurt me, guys. I'm just playing, man.
No, yeah, man.
So earlier you mentioned that, like, the crumbs. A lot of people feel they're underpaid, but
we're
They
underpaid.
don't do nothing about it.
We're underpaid.
Right.
So now you're doing something about it.
Yeah.
That's why you formed the company. Then you want to level up and team up.
And it's like I said, like, sometimes you can't be scared to ask your dispatchers, like, you're gonna get shit. Most fucking definitely you're gonna get shit. You guys are gonna argue. But it's like, that's how it's done. Like, bro, when the fuel prices started going up, like, one of the main companies that we were working with were like, hey, bro, like, we either need a pay increase or something, bro, because these diesel prices are killing us. And I was like, we were on top of his ass, like, a cada rato, until he's like, bro, like I can't do it right now. Like, all right. Like, fucking, we started looking for other places that paid a little bit more because it's, uno no se puede quedar callado. Like, you can't just fucking suck it up all the time, bro.
Did you ever get pushback? Like, hey, we can't. We're under contract or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, they'll tell us that, like, oh, like that, por decir que dicen that they lost a customer because of the pay increase. I'm like, bro, I mean, to be honest, like, sorry, but that's not our fault. I mean, we have to fucking pay the bills. Like, we used to fill up with fucking $600-700. Right now, it's like minimum $1,000 a fuel tank, bro. Like a week per truck. It's like that's a lot of feria. That's a huge.
Yeah,
difference.
to be stuck making the same, then you're kind
of
just
it's like,
going out for a little cruise just for the
pretty
fucking
much.
I think that's where the word risk comes back in again.
Yeah.
Because by working with different companies, you know, you're always gonna have that company that's always gonna be bitching that, oh, you're helping me. I mean, you're not helping me. You're helping the other fools, or this and this. But at the end of the day, you know, we get work, and you know, no quedamos mal. You know.
How do you draw the line so they don't catch feelings? I know. Does that make sense? Like,
so pretty much,
like this is business.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I said, like sometimes when you get really comfortable with a certain company, it's like you gotta sometimes, not trying to sound fucked up, but like remind them like we're just here to fucking make business, bro. Like I'm sorry, like if you're hurt that we're not helping you out, but like if you can match these rates, I'm here. Like I don't want to make it seem that we're money hungry or it's this is that, but it's like that's what it is at the end of the day, bro.
I think because at the end of the day, another company sees you guys like owner operators. Like they don't see your vision.
Yeah.
So they expect you to stay long term.
Yeah. Well, right now we came down to. I mean, when I started, you know, we're used to working double shift pretty much. I mean, we're hustling.
Allegedly.
We're
allegedly.
Allegedly. You know, and you know when we did decide to work with other companies, I mean, we're like, okay, well, you know what? To keep a relationship with the company, we would work one shift instead of two.
Yeah.
What kind of split? You know, we'll work with this customer in the morning, and then at night I'll come and I'll help you out. So that's pretty much how we are right now.
So you cater to them, but then when someone does it for cheaper, they don't give a fuck about all of that. So
they don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's like most of these companies, they like you said, they just see you as another owner operator. Like
that's right.
They really don't care.
I'm not trying to make a sale or nothing, but I rep Port Pro hard. So based on your vision, I think you guys might want to check this out.
Hit them up.
I'm gonna set you guys up on a little demo.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
You could get that feel of how you could manage, you know,
everything,
your operation.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, like I said, it's
helps.
like
anything will help, man.
Plus, it's free. Just like 45 minutes of your time. Dr. Dre would do his thing.
That's right.
You know. I'll hop on too. Like, either metiche si quieren. I'll join
All
you
right,
guys.
cool.
You know,
no worries. Yeah.
Let's pinky promise on the show.
Pinky promise on
promise.
Port Pro.
Port Pro.
That's
Show
right.
me the Port Pro. Let's switch it up a bit. When it comes to getting your license, what was the hardest part of it for each of you? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I mean, to be honest, for me,
it was easy, man.
No, yeah, not trying to sound stupid, but it was fairly easy. I went to well, you know what? I think the hardest thing was making the time for school. Because I knew how to drive stick shift fucking really good. I actually, the way I learned how to drive stick shift is I lied to my parents in high school, and I told them that I knew how to drive stick shift, fucking not ever being in a fucking car that I was driving stick shift.
There you have it. You have a dishonest business partner.
Yeah, man. Fuck, I thought it was trust, man.
So I got that car, and I fucking learned in that car. After I got it, I fucked up the clutch, I would say, like 3 months later.
Damn.
3 months later, so
shit, I remember on the rig too.
So the hardest part for me for getting the license was making time for school until I found a school in LA that was open until late. So I would go there after work, take my classes, And the driving part was fairly easy because where I was working, I would always drive the trucks that had like the wood chippers in the back. So like I kind of knew already like how to maneuver.
Oh yeah, the parking ones. Yeah.
So I knew the maneuvers and shit. The thing that
worse than the 20-footers, right? Those chippers.
Oh yeah,
like,
bro. It's like
right away.
yeah. You're ending it up with next to you and shit. So I guess that's the thing that helped me too. But everything else was like. Mi experiencia was like just memorizing everything, bro. Like the written test, I found an app called DMV Genie. That app helped me a lot.
DMV Genie.
DMV Genie, yeah. If you guys
my cousin used CDL Prep, but DMV Genie, huh?
Yeah. DMV Genie. Back when I got it, I think I only had to pay like $10 and I got the app. But I've heard of people now that I've told them about that app that is like $10 a month or $5, something like that.
There's a free, it's free, but then you only take like 3 practice tests. But if you get the monthly, you'll take all of them, as many as you want.
Bro, that app, like,
okay,
I'm not even playing, bro. Like everything exactly that's on that app is on the test.
Yeah.
So it's like that
all
app,
the scenarios,
all of them,
like 250 questions,
identical,
all of them,
bro.
mixed up.
Maybe like a question or
Combos.
2 might be different, but other than that.
Because when I went to go take the written test, I went in, I took one test, and I'm like, well, shit, like I have the whole day off. I'm not about to go home and do nothing. I'm like, I stayed in the car. I fucking practiced the other test. I took the test on the app. I read a couple pages on the book. I'm like, fuck it, let's go see. I mean, worst comes to worst, I failed it, and I'll come back and study some more. I went in, I took it, got fucking even more confident, did the same thing. I took all of them at one day. All of my written tests.
And passed all of them. Oh, look at them.
Yeah.
That's right.
Nomás la cara la tengo.
No, I don't judge. And what about the driving test? ¿A la primera también?
I almost didn't pass it a la primera because of double clutching.
Oh, okay.
Because of double clutching. Like, I did the maneuvers. I did first the inspection. Did pretty good. Mm-hmm. Then I went into the maneuvers. I passed it, and then when we were going out, I was like the last one at the DMV to take one of the last ones to take the test. So it was like traffic, like a motherfucker. So the instructor didn't even tell me to go into the freeway. Yeah. Pero when we were going back into the DMV, he did tell me, he's like, you know what, like I could have failed you because of your double clutching. Like you can't just float the gears here. Like I know you're gonna do that in real life, but like right here you have to show us that you're doing double clutching.
Isn't that kind of stupid?
It's retarded. It's like I don't know. It's just I found it idiotic, I guess, in a sense that it's like we have to show them something that we're never gonna use. I mean, like obviously the driving skills and the knowledge of the truck, we use it every day, because it's like the majority of the times is like when something even breaks down in the truck, you're not waiting for another mechanic. You have to fucking fix that shit yourself. It's like that's why you always have to fucking have una cajita with a little bit of everything and a little bit of nothing to fucking Mickey Mouse. Every fucking duct tape will do wonders. Yeah, Containeroz kit. Fucking the bucket también.
More, huh?
You should do that at Containeroz kit.
Yeah. Fucking have a little bit of everything, bro, because you never know what you're gonna come across. But yeah, like
throw a condom in there too. Then
see the trucks right there on Harvard just fucking shaking and shit.
What about you? What about your experience? What was the hardest part?
My experience, I could go with making time for it. I mean, fuck, it only took me 9 years to get it. You know, so. Yeah, I'll say making time for it. You know, I ended up going to Nixon Trucking School. Matter of fact, shout out to the homie too. Right after I had quit Freightliner, I was talking with a buddy of mine, and he goes, "Hey, Nixon Trucking School, they're cheap, blah blah blah. I'm gonna sign up."
Hey, cause trucking school nowadays it's expensive.
It's expensive.
And if you guys do not have the money, don't get scared. Don't get turned down from it, because there's a spot in in San Pedro, actually down the street from here. It's called Work Source Center. If you guys are unemployed or if you guys are not making enough money to pay for school, because the school right now is expensive, like around $3,000-$4,000.
I've heard as high as $6,800.
Yeah, so if you guys don't have the money or if you guys are unemployed, hit up the Work Source Center. They'll pay for your school. Like, if you go to any school, I think nowadays is like one of the main things that they ask you is like off the get-go is like, are you paying cash or is it with the Work Source Center? Because it's like they get more money off the Work Source Center, so it's like it's better for them if you go through Work Source Center, and it's better for you too because it's like it's free. Yeah. You do have to wait a little bit more time to get approved and everything, because
well, you already ain't doing shit anyway. So
yeah, pretty much. It's like,
that's right.
It's pretty much.
Yeah.
If it takes 3 years, fuck it. The time's gonna fly anyways.
Time flies by.
3 years is coming, whether you do it or not.
Exactly.
So might as well wait.
Yeah. So.
Exactly.
But no, I mean, I went to Nixon Trucking School, and there were, I already had the idea of how to drive. Obviously, mechanic. I know where the parts are at. I know what they're called.
That's a steering wheel.
Yeah, that's a steering wheel. That's a light bulb.
Thingamajanging.
Yeah. So
what was hard about it though? Like,
so the inspection, the verbal, like the way how they wanted us to say it. So
do you remember some of it?
Yeah. I mean, everything.
You're inspecting that mic right now. Go.
Okay, so this doesn't look like a truck, but I could say, the first section of the truck, it's the front. How I said it said, I'm gonna begin with the front of the truck. My marker lights should be amber in color, not cracked, not broken.
They already failed, man. I told you to describe the mic.
Oh, the mic. Okay, the mic.
You're not getting your podcast license.
We're gonna not cracked, not broken.
No ribs, no tears.
No rip, no tears, no broken welds, no missing nuts or bolts.
Yeah, they're all there.
No
fingerprints.
Yeah,
no
fingerprints.
No hair.
Yeah.
And it's like the majority of that is just remember.
Literal, huh? Like,
literally. Yeah, it's what you see and just repetitive. And
just say it more like bougie, like
if
you look closely, you will notice that.
Yeah, so I was able to get my license. Obviously due to the lack of appointments, but I was able to get my license in a matter of 2 months. I was scheduled for a later appointment, and I became good friends with the instructor, and I did a couple side jobs on their trucks and stuff.
Here you go, $20, $100.
$20 here. He's like, hey fool, you hungry? Let's go. But yeah, no, he ended up telling me, he called me one night. He goes, hey, you ready to take your test? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, all right. He goes, yeah, I have a student that's not ready. They're backing out. And, if you want the opportunity, it's a month and a half before your test.
The slot.
If you want it. I'm like, yeah. So I told him, I'm like, hey, that was on a Monday. He said, your test is going to be on a Thursday. So I told him, is it cool if I could go to the school every day? He goes, well, you can come, but, you have to keep in mind there's other students. So, you have to give their time. I'm like, nah, all I want is the inspection, bro. So, yeah, I remember I spent like all those 4 days, like at the school. And, next thing you know, I'm the one showing all the students, the
student becomes a teacher.
Yeah, shit. No, I had a group of 10, and they're like, hey, how'd you memorize it? And, they gave us a pamphlet, man. I live in Paris and I come down every day. So in the car, instead of jamming out to music, shit, I jammed out to the sheet. I'll just be singing it. I'll be like,
Tengo
my mirrors.
Los marker lights están bien prendidos.
Yeah.
Y mis direccionales.
Yeah. See how
repetition.
Yeah, repetition.
Just repetition, and that's what helped me out.
Because people shouldn't be scared of the driver license just because they hear that it's fucking a bunch of tests. It's like, it's easy. Yeah. At the end of the day, like, it's easy. Like, I've had friends, actually 2-3 months ago, I had a really good friend of mine that I was helping get his license, and he was going to the yard where we're at to just going over the trucks. Because there's some schools that will let you go to the school like his did, but there's some other schools that won't. They'll be like, you know what, like you need to come in your time frame.
Yeah.
You can't be coming in
Taking out of other people's
exactly,
time.
Like randomly.
Exactly. So he would hit me up. He's like, hey, you know what, like, is it cool if I shoot through on Saturday or Sunday when you're there, and you could give me like a sort of a rundown of what it is, or I could just walk around the truck and point things out, because it's like one of the main things is like you learn by seeing stuff or just repeating it, pero también like apuntándolo how you're supposed to, because it's like there's no point of being like, yeah, this is the brake chamber, and you're over here fucking pointing at a radiator or some shit. So it's like you gotta be seeing what you're pointing at también.
Yeah.
Blinker fluid.
Blinker fluid.
Yeah, but no, I was able to pass on the first try.
The driving part, you didn't have any close calls?
The driving part, yeah, I did. The driving part, I was shitting it on the parallel park. So it took me 4 chances. But luckily on the other skills, I passed on the first. So I had, I believe, they give you 10 chances plus 2 extra ones if you haven't used them. So you have a total of 12.
By chances, do you mean
attempts?
Attempts. Oh, like what about the pull-ups?
Okay. So pull-ups, I didn't use a pull-up. So or should I say no? I ended up using a pull-up in the parallel parking. So yeah, you have 12. Technically, you have 12 pull-ups that you can use. You have 10,
okay.
And then you have 2 freebies if you didn't do a pull-up in the other skills.
Okay.
So that's what
I don't remember, to be honest, brother. Like I said, I don't remember. I don't remember the majority of it, like of the rules of all of the tests.
You just went through it.
Yeah, pretty much.
But you didn't have to use any of them then.
No.
4 on them. One.
Well, I ended up using 4 on the parallel park.
Yeah.
So yeah, I couldn't get it in between the cones, and you know, once I got it, you're supposed to get off of the truck, verify that you're in between the cones and you're not, you know, the right side isn't too close to the edge, and then you get back inside the truck and then you honk. That's a completion.
Oh, okay.
So that's how it is. Every time you complete a skill, like for example on the straight forward and straight back, or you're not allowed to get out of the truck. You just gotta eyeball it, and if you feel you're comfortable, you honk, boom, boom, and you know. So that's what I did, and yeah. But once I passed the skills, I had a lady that was my instructor. She goes, okay, all right, we're gonna exit out the DMV, and you know, we're gonna go out on the street. And I had already overheard from a lot of the people taking their tests. They're like, hey, bro, they're like, if they take you out to the street, that's it, you got it. You know, as long as you don't crash, you know, you're good. You're good. So that's what came up in my
exiting the
mind.
DMV, you hit the fucking car that's parked
DMV,
there.
I know you hit a car and shit, but yeah, no, I ended up passing on the first try, and yeah, as soon as I passed, we ended up 9 years later.
It only took 9 years.
9 years.
Hey, let's do one more for him so he don't feel left
Oh
out.
yeah.
1 month.
Yeah. Yeah.
Humildemente, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, we called the insurance, and they're all like, all right, we'll
Fresh, straight out of there?
straight out of there.
He passed his test, like, I think on a Thursday or Friday, and Monday he was already working.
Yeah. Monday I was already working.
I think that's what it is with container hauling. Like, it's super easy to get in there, too.
Oh, Friday, because I went to 88 for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
So I got my license, and the Friday, I got it on a Thursday. Friday, I went into the port for the first time. I went into 88.
There we go. That throws us into this then.
That's right.
Let's start with that. When you went into the port.
Oh, when I went into the port.
Describe that. Any crazy stories from the port yet?
Quería llorar.
Yeah. I was nervous, but at the same time, I'm like, oh shit. So, because I always used to see it from the outside, and you know, I never knew how it was in the inside. Didn't know how it looked. So, when I went inside the port, here I go, I'm taking pictures and shit. I'm like, here at 88, not knowing that I was going to get fucked over and shit. shit, I'm over here, you know, hell yeah. You know, 88.
Port gang.
Port gang. And I'm like, damn, I'm a containero now.
He put a story up, you know, pero aquí
you know, the
sigo
story.
chambeando.
yeah.
The safety vest with the window for the toy card.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, towards the end, that song changed. Like, sí, aquí ando llorando. And no, I ended up, what do you call it? I went into 88 and
He got out the next day.
shit. Yeah.
So we got a driver.
Wait, don't steal his story.
Alright,
Go.
go
Finish up your story.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. So no, it was just a great experience that day.
Okay.
Quería llorar.
No kidding, yeah.
No, we had a driver, bro, that on his first day, our dispatcher lo aventó like Puertos Fáciles, 88 is pretty easy. If it's not the biggest port, so it's like a fairly easy port, right?
Yeah.
So that driver was like didn't know shit about trucking, like at all. So he started early, like empezó como a las 8 de la mañana, and he finished until like 12 at night. Pero that's because he got stuck at 88 because he didn't know what to do on the way out. Like,
What's the other name for 88?
Huh?
Well, there's a 90. We were
Pier
hauling
A.
Pasha.
Pier A.
Pier A.
Got it.
Yeah, Pier A.
A lot of people don't know the number difference. I'm a lot of people.
Oh,
Same, bro.
yeah.
I'm getting rusty.
oh yeah, same. Yeah, no,
So Pier A, A90.
Yeah.
Pier A. Okay.
yeah, Pier A.
He was stuck there all day.
Pretty much, bro, because he didn't know what to do, and he was like, I told him, like, bro, like, if you have any issue, just give us a call. But I guess he wanted to be like, fuck it, I got this shit myself, and it's like, valió madre. It's like I had to, like, when this fool went into the ports, I told him, I'm like, bro, if you don't know nothing, if you don't know something,
Ask around.
ask
around.
I like a lot of
Hasta
people
amigos.
are gonna be fucking dicks. Pero if this fool doesn't fucking answer your question, go ask another one. Ask a molita, ask a clerk. There's because bro, you know, there's some clerks that are fucking assholes. They'll look at you like,
Roll the window.
yeah, roll the window up and go away. But there's like just ask.
But there's
around.
always that one person
Yeah.
to help you out, bro.
There's always that one Luca.
That's right.
Right, he is right here.
Luca. Oh, okay.
That'll help you out, bro.
Oh, he's a longshoreman.
Yeah, everybody loves Luca, man. They can't get enough of Luca's podcast.
Oh, that's cool.
We need
man.
more Lucas out there.
Right?
That's right. Yeah.
Be
So,
friendly to us.
So at what point did he? What time do you think he got serviced? What time should he have been out of there, based on his transaction history?
Oh, I mean, well, he was just gonna pull out something that was going to Fullerton, so that should have been like maximum an hour and a half, and he was there for just stuck right there for like 6-7 hours.
Yeah.
But stuck how? Like he got the load, but he
was
stuck in the spot, or
no,
he was just
driving
doing a
around at first
circle.
where he couldn't find his load, like his location, and then he
Oh,
went
okay.
to one spot, and like the machine gets there, and they're like, "Hey, bro, like you're either in the wrong location or your load is not here." He goes to apparently he went to the trouble window, told him that the load wasn't there, but it's like they looked at his ticket like, "Bro, you were at the wrong location." He went to go look for the correct location. He got stuck for shift change. Bro, it was like a combination of
All the
everything.
fuck-ups you could
Yeah,
do on
everything
this
you
All
could,
the
yeah,
fuck-ups, yeah.
everything you could do wrong. Like
Yeah.
he did it.
and then to get out, he didn't know the exit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like it sucks because it's like fuck. Like I feel bad for this guy.
But the next day might not be as bad because it can't get worse than that, probably.
Nah.
Did he go back or did he quit?
He quit after a month.
Yeah. He quit after a month.
He's like,
yeah.
fuck this.
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah, like, yeah, the following week after I started, I got sent to Yangming. I started working night shift for the same reason that I live far. So I said, oh, I'm going to work the night. You know, it might be a little bit easier. And they sent me to Yangming, and I'm like, fuck, I don't even know where this shit's at. And then I ended up going, and, you know, and then after that, it was funny because, you know, I would call my homies, and you know, I would call my pops, and every single time I'm like, oh, I'm going to Yangming. They'll be like, shh. They'll be like, puta madre. Like, no, pues que te vaya bien. And then I'll be like, why the fuck are they telling me that shit? Like, you know, it doesn't even look that bad inside here. And yeah, bro, I was there from 7 o'clock at night. It came up to 2:30. Didn't get the load of the morning. Didn't get the load because they told me that the machines were gonna stop. And since I saw fools leaving the port with chassis, I'm like, oh fuck, I'm gonna go out with a port chassis too.
I'm gonna take one too.
And I ended up going out with a chassis.
Like when this was started trucking, like we would tell them all our fucking crazy ass stories. Like personally, me right now, I have a record to where it's like the longest I've been at a port was 400. I was there for about 12 hours, and that was when COVID started, when all the work went down. So my dispatcher sent me in there. Fucking nothing was paid. Like none of the fees were paid for the load. So they're like, just either stand by or come to the yard, and there's nothing anyway. So you're gonna either sit in there and do wait time, or come over here and fucking possibly go home by doing nothing. So I'm like, well, shit. I mean, I'm gonna fucking take a nap and make money while I'm sleeping, literally.
Yeah.
So
after the first or second hour?
Second. You got me there. You got me there. That sucks though. That sucks. Pero también it's like you said it in your post. It's like that's happening because we're letting it happen.
Yeah.
La verdad. It's like.
But the guys that say they have real companies, they say we don't understand. So, but then you said earlier, like, why is it our fault that you don't know how to bill or you don't charge accordingly?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I guess you'll find out when you get in that realm, right?
Because right now we're like, obviously we're looking at everything from outside point of view.
Yeah, but now you got to taste the in this phase. You got to taste of what it's like to deal with drivers now.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So.
Yeah.
I mean, because. Like, so with our drivers, it's like we try to keep them as happy as possible. So it's like, look, it's wait time and hazmat. We give them the majority of it because it's like, I mean, yeah, you're stuck.
It's their time.
You're
They're the ones doing it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Pero también at the end of the day, it's like, y'all got the truck on, y'all got the AC on blast.
Sometimes
we're burning diesel too, pero
they will
to keep them happy.
They will take it as to as advantage.
Yeah.
They'll be like, well, you know, shit, I'm getting paid waiting time. Fuck it. What's 4 hours inside here, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking park and hide and shit.
Exactly.
Cause I've seen that happen like with one of the companies that we're working for. Like I've seen their company drivers, so it's like they're
kindest individuals.
Yeah, they're chilling in the port, like fucking las patas arriba on the steering wheel, just making wait time.
Yeah.
Or just chilling because they're getting paid by the hour.
Yeah, or they'll tell you, pásale.
Yeah, like
amigo.
No hay problema.
Usted ocupa el chasis, lléveselo.
Lléveselo.
Oh, another thing that I told him when he started too. I'm like, you know what, bro? Like right now, you're also gonna struggle because, like, the chassis shortage is crazy. Like back when I started doing trucking, bro. Like I remember I would get mad when they would send me into the port with one of the containers from the yard. I'm like, man, fuck this. Like you're going faster if you're going bobtail. Like you don't gotta wait in line. You don't gotta do this. And once you go in there, it's like people are pretty much giving away the chassis. Like at 400, bro. Like at 400 before, when you would used to enter, as soon as you turn right and then you turn left into one of the aisles, like bro, all of those aisles used to be fucking full of chassis. From where it's like people used to drop the empties and just instead of fucking going all the way to the chassis pit, they'll just fucking reverse, park it right there and dip out. Yeah, ahorita, it's crazy. It's like ahorita, like if they try to send you into a port bobtail, you'd be like, fuck that. I'd rather go home. I'm not about to go in there and wait or get kicked out.
Mm-hmm.
Like this week, I got kicked out of K-Line like 3 times. I got kicked out on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. No, yeah.
I thought you were going to start singing that song, man.
Nah.
You know that old school song? All the days of the week?
All the days.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Fucking casi todos, bro. And it's like I think it was Friday, yesterday, when I went in, and literally I took a cool last minute. I took like an hour or so to get in because there was a line. I go in. As soon as I get to the chassis pit, they're like, "Driver, get out. There's no chassis." Oh, fuck! Like I literally just wasted an hour of my time to be in here, not even 5 minutes, and get kicked out. And I'm like, oh shit, like yo también de fucking chucho. I'm like, I'm about to go in, look for someone. I'm like, hey, I'll terminate your empty, and as long as I keep the chassis.
Mm-hmm.
The security guy's like, nah, go to the trouble window. Like you can't go into the yard. Go to the trouble window.
Have you ever busted that? Try to.
Oh yeah.
But they literally drop it and you hook up to it.
Yeah.
But I always thought that maybe the clerk will come and the plates won't match the container and they'll be like, what the fuck?
So I've done that a lot of times at
Wait.
400.
That's where it's worked for you?
That's where it's always worked for me. Cause it's like if you're not doing some crazy shit like that, it's like you're pretty much fucked. And it's like I have a friend that this fool knows all the fucking loopholes and everything about all of the fucking ports, bro. Like I would hit this fool up like, hey bro, like aquí ando like valiendo verga, like I would explain to him the situation and he's like, bro, that's easy. Like fucking there'll be times where it's like I would go into shit, what am I
400.
No. My head just went blank, bro. My head just went blank.
Damn.
Fuck.
Next. Like that.
400.
Well, let's get to the tranza instead.
Okay, so
let's just imagine whatever terminal you want to, guys. And
he would tell me like oh, at that port, like it's cool if you just drop it on wheels, like the empty. Like they won't do shit.
Yeah.
And then it's like
Evergreen.
Yeah, Evergreen. But it's the APL. There you go. At APL.
Known as GGS.
At APL. So he would be like, bro, just drop it on wheels. It doesn't fucking matter. He's like, unless you're gonna take something on. I'm like, nah, bro. Like I'm just here to terminate the empty. He's like, fuck it, just drop it on wheels and dip the fuck out.
Yeah, I don't know if I heard the details like this, but dispatch or one of the company owners or whatever will email and say this really happens, you know, like the truck was overheating, the driver had to leave, right? Stuff like that. That's communicate with them, like email them why it was dropped on wheels. Because sometimes they'll reach out. This was dropped on wheels. Like
what's going on?
Yeah, I think they can block that company from going in there.
Or if not the driver, because like I've gotten quote unquote suspended, kicked out of 88. And then that one was like, it was a crazy ass reason too. Esa noche, like I was going in, and you know how sometimes the companies that could just put all your info in, so it's like as soon as you get to the speaker, it throws you your location.
Oh, beautiful.
Chulada. So that night that happened to me, and I guess something went wrong, but I got my locations right, and I went down to the lower yard. I parked my container, and a clerk comes up. They're like, hey, there's something wrong. I'm like, okay. So I stayed there. Then a couple minutes later, the clerk left. So I'm over here thinking like, I guess I'm good to go. And got my empty. I was leaving, and then on my way out, they're like, driver, you can't take nothing out. Like, you're suspended. I'm like,
oh man.
I'm like, what the fuck I do? What I do? I went to the trouble window, and then they're like over here telling me that the load that I dropped off wasn't ready to go in. That I just came in. Whoop-de-whoop. I'm like, bro, like, I got my location. If not, I wouldn't have known even where to pick up an empty or where to drop it off. No, que cuánto. I'm like, fuck. So I call my dispatcher, and I guess they get into communication with the ports, and I'm like, bro, like, I'll show you like the location where I dropped it off, like where I picked up my empty. Like, obviously, if I would have just came in hacia lo bravo, like I wouldn't have known where to go in general. And they're like, oh, okay, well. Fucking para decir that I was suspended for like 20 minutes, and then they unsuspended me.
Think of that scenario now. You're the dispatcher when you get your concessions. How you're gonna handle that situation when someone reaches out? Yeah, that's a whole nother responsibility coming up. Be ready.
I know. Be ready to deal with the ports. If it's hard to deal with them as a driver, now imagine.
I know.
You get a little taste of that, right?
Oh yeah.
The party
are you ready for it? You nervous? A little bit?
Sin miedo al éxito.
Sin miedo.
Let's see. Well, if you guys were not trucking, what would you be doing?
I think I'll probably continue being a mechanic. Continue being a mechanic and
like open up a shop, be mobile, or like find a good
open
spot?
up a shop, possibly be mobile, or probably look more into like a better job for like retirement. You know, apply for the city. I've always wanted to work for the city. You know, work for the city or but as a mechanic, that was a passion that I had, and it worked for quite some time. And now my passion is trucking, and I like it. I see what we have, like a benefit for his future kids and my kids. We started something. It's a legacy that can move, that can continue to grow and grow.
We just got to learn how to adapt to everything that's coming up. Like all the EV trucks, it's like obviously it's gonna be something new for all of us. So just learn how to adapt.
Yeah, I think it's not really hard. I think it's more of like doing the research and being patient and learning this new process, right?
Yeah.
So, what about you? What would you do if you weren't trucking?
Probably in the same field that I was, just probably doing my own thing. Or if not, like I remember when I was younger, I tried to apply to the school district for irrigation technician. And I passed all the tests. It's like at the end of the day, they just pretty much told me that they weren't gonna hire me because I was too young. But I'll probably keep the same thing. I already had like my own like little side business at that point, anyways. So it's like I probably just would have tried to grow that bigger, because it's like también and the things of like tree trimming and just maintaining houses is pretty good money, especially up here like in PV. That's where we had most of our clients. Is like these motherfuckers have money like crazy. Like it's crazy how much they're willing to spend on little things around their house. So probably be doing that.
Yeah, you gotta find these little niches.
Yes, sir. Like little things that is like it's pretty good money.
Cool.
Little side businesses and stuff.
Does anybody need to take a break? No? Okay.
No, sir.
Who inspires you and why?
Well, me, I can say my pops. My pops inspires me. Why? He's been through a lot, and regardless, everything that he's been through, and still comes to work. That right there is like, regardless of anything that happens, you're always gonna push forward and continue doing what you do, and that's what pretty much inspires me.
You?
For me, like I've always said, it was my uncles. Like when I was little, I started working when I was like 7 years old. My uncles would take me to work with them every chance I got. So it's like I've always said it. So it's like I am who I am, like my worth ethic, because of them. Like my uncles and my mom, like I would always see them busting their ass, like never fucking taking no days off. And especially because like since I wasn't born in this country, like I remember always my uncles like telling me like you always have to work harder than the next person because they have an advantage from you. Like whether you like it or not, just even being born in this country, it's a huge advantage. Like from people like me that I was born in Mexico. Like now I'm like I'm good here and everything, but it was like I would always see them like busting their ass. So it was like once I was able to fucking fix my legal like status, I was like, all right, fuck it. Now I gotta do something that's a little bit better. So it's like I would say my uncles, and then también his pops. Same reason. Like when I was his driver, like he went through a bunch of shit. To where it's like, bro, like a lot of people wouldn't even fucking go through half of the shit that he went through, and
he went through, or you put him through?
No. He went through so like when he was real sick, like it's just.
Oh, okay. So he was going through stuff, but he still found the time
to do all his shit.
I get it.
So it's like, you get me? Like a lot of people would just be like, fucking,
I can't right now.
Yeah. And this fool, like.
No excuses.
No excuses. He would always push.
This was from the hospital bed. He was looking for work.
Man.
Talking with customers, looking for work. Be like, hey, voy a mandar a este o voy a mandar al otro. And
that's a hustle right there.
That's a hustle, man. Sure. That's, yeah.
What was childhood like? Who wants to go first?
I guess I could go first. It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Childhood was good. I mean,
You grew up here?
yeah. I grew up in Long Beach.
Long Beach.
Yeah. Born in Torrance, raised in Long Beach. Stay in Paris right now.
Motherfucker went far.
Yeah.
Went straight into the desert.
I went straight into the desert.
Growing up next to the beach, not too
Oh,
fucking
shit.
sand dunes and
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but no, childhood was good. You know, I got raised right. You know,
What's a good memory you have from childhood?
all the family trips. The family trips. My dad's side of the family lives up north in San Francisco, and we used to always go to trips up there. And then when my mom's sister moved to Paris, we used to take trips to Paris, and I used to think it was far as fuck, you know. But
It still is on a Friday. on the
shit.
91.
I mean, yeah, I guess I got used to it. You know, I hop on fast track and shit, but. You know, yeah, just the family trips. You know, we used to go camping a lot.
Yeah.
As a family, you know, we used to drive a lot, and also going on trips with my dad. I mean, I remember we were younger, and you know, my mom, me, and my sister. My dad had a sleeper, so you know he used to work at night también, and we used to go to Ontario with him. That was when you could hide in the sleeper.
Yeah.
You could just shut the shades and just stay
Yeah.
quiet and hide in the sleeper, you know. But yeah, just you know, just that.
Good memories then.
Yeah, good memories. Being around trucks and shit, playing with diecast, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This guy thinks that's a diecast. I seen him. He's been rolling it left and right. The mic. That's a Hot Wheels and shit.
just messing with it.
So what's up with you? What was your childhood like? Anything you want to share?
I mean, my childhood was pretty good too. I was fucking an only child until I was 10, 11.
Okay.
So I was fucking spoiled as shit. Then when my little brother came by,
You
I'm
were
like,
hating on that.
hell yeah. I'm like, man, fuck. I wanted a dog, bro. Like, you brought me this. Like, you brought me this, motherfucker. So, no, it was good. Like, I mean, like I said, I was working since I was a little kid. Obviously, when I was little, I fucking hated it. But, like, now that I'm older, like, I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate it. Fucking, it was cool, though, because it was, like, I would always hang out with my uncles. So, like, I guess I would say.
Over there?
Huh? No, right here. So I was brought here when I was 4 years old.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
I was born in Mexico, but I was pretty much raised here. Like,
okay.
I hardly remember anything from Mexico, to be honest. Like I said, all of my memories I remember from right here. But yeah, no, like I would always go to work with my uncles, like have fun, fucking see all of my uncle's friends. Like I would see my uncle's friends as my friends. I would fuck around with them, like fucking little mocoso, like in between all these grown folks, just fucking around and smacking off their hats. I used to be a fucking little badass motherfucker. Like fucking.
Look at him and say that one more time.
No badass motherfucker.
I used to be them fucking.
You gotta look over there every now and then,
the little silver teeth.
When
kids.
I get time, I zoom in the faces, and then like when there's keywords, that's gonna be a good one.
That's
That
right.
was a badass motherfucker.
And that's
you know the little silver tooth kids. I think that was me.
Oh fuck! You had silver
Yeah.
teeth?
I used to be one of them.
My
little
meme was
badass
right.
mother-
Remember a while back I did something with this kid with the silver. No, he didn't have the silver teeth. When you flip your eyelids backwards,
Oh yeah.
that those kids are bound to end up being container holders.
Shit.
Aquí está la prueba. No, yeah, but it was always fun, bro. Like being around them, fucking family carne asada is just like especially because my family, they're like son bien llevados. Like we fucking like as soon as one person starts talking like shit about you, we all gang up on you. Like everyone fucking. The grown up, the little kids, like we all fucking start.
Yeah.
You know that saying that is like, that's like nobody's ever like in a Mexican or Hispanic household. Nobody's gonna bully you. Nobody's gonna bully you more. Like if you're Mexican or Hispanic, nobody's gonna bully you more than the ones that love you the most.
Yeah.
Like your own family. Like, bro, fucking nicknames is like. They used to call me gordo. They still call me gordo. Fucking obviously, it's not
Shit,
I'm
me
skinny,
too.
right? And it's like you go to school like, you a fat. Yeah, that's what my mama calls me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I mean, I think fucking, it was awesome, bro. Me growing up was awesome. Being bad as fuck.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Silver teeth.
What did you really want to be growing up?
Oh, I'll go first. I wanted to be a cop.
We saw that. You are going first.
He's like, I've been waiting for this question.
I wanted to be a cop, bro. Like back in high school, I wanted to be a cop, and my dream got shot down so fucking fast.
Why?
'Cause I wasn't born here.
Oh, that's okay.
Ah.
But by then, like, if you don't mind me asking, like, how did you ever fix that? Obviously, you got your CDL already, so was there a transition phase? Like, how did you get? Because I had a question about that. I forgot the exact words, but it's pretty evident he was not like a resident or a citizen. He wanted to know if he could get his CDL.
I think
you have to be a resident at least.
I think you could get your CDL if you have DACA. I'm not 100% sure.
Mm-hmm. Did you
but
get DACA?
I had DACA as soon as that came out. I was like on top of all of that because it was like I guess it was just one of the biggest opportunities that I was seeing, like, to be legal in this country. So it's like I used the DACA system to its full advantage. Mm. Like everything that was available for that, I tried it. Like I know as soon as I got it, there was this one thing called advanced parole, to where it's like you were able to leave the country and come back legally. So it's like for when you did try to fix papers, it would go by super fast. So I did that. And it was fairly easy, bro. Like,
it was easy to fix papers because you were here since you were
a kid. Like, because I had, like, obviously all the paperwork. And
does that got anything to do with that dreamer thing?
Well, the DACA thing is like the dreamers. Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
That's us, quote unquote.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, like, back when that came out, when I was in high school, my mom was like on top of that thing too, like trying to tell me like, oh, you need to do this. You can't be getting into trouble because
they'll deport you.
Oh, fuck yeah, bro.
Okay.
Like I always had that mentality to where it's like I said earlier, like I don't have the same privilege as other people. I didn't have the same privilege as other people. Where it's like I could do something stupid. I could get caught with drugs. I could fucking do something retarded, and worst comes to worst, like they get sent to jail for a year.
Then they get probation.
Yeah, and like my ass is gonna be fucking back in Mexico trying to figure out how to come back in.
Any felony related or misdemeanor, you're out.
Yeah, literally. Mm-hmm. So it's like
DUI.
Yeah, you're fucked.
Crazy.
Yes, sir.
Some of us take it for granted because we're here, you know.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, because like I said, I wanted to be a cop, and like that shit like actually kind of hurt, man. Like
there's no way in hell you could ever be a cop because you were not a U.S. citizen.
Now I'm a U.S. citizen. Now if I wanted to, I can. But it's like now, like fuck, like cop, truck driver.
Yeah.
Risking my life for some assholes that are gonna be calling me all types of names, or just become a truck driver and just fuck everyone. Mm-hmm. But like before, bro, like you can't become a cop if you don't have papers, if you're not from here. And that was me growing up. I was like, fuck, I'm gonna be a cop. It's gonna be so dope. I have my uniform. I'm fucking protecting people. And then like, yeah, bro, like you can't be a cop. I was like, shit.
Before I forget, did you hear that crazy story? That guy that had a brother, but his brother passed away. I think it was in New York. His brother passed away, and he took his identity.
Oh shit, no, I did not.
And he became a cop.
Oh wow.
And he was one of the best.
Damn.
And then they got caught up. Crazy, huh?
Shit.
No, I haven't heard about that. That's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, you're up.
Me, funny to believe, but I guess trucker. I've always wanted, like, I've been around this so much to where that's pretty much what I wanted to do. And
here you are.
Here I am. Yeah.
Starting a company and everything, you know. Wow,
yeah,
that's pretty simple, right? Like, trucker, I'm a trucker, let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I actually wanted to be, and you know, it took me 9 years.
Hey, but you're here now.
I saw that counts.
That's right.
I saw that counts.
Have any of you shit in a bucket?
Bro, honestly,
I think he has. Looking.
Oh, you got a story? I got a story.
I have the bucket that I won back when you did the raffles.
You haven't popped that cherry, man?
I haven't popped the cherry just yet. There's one time where I was actually coming from from Paris, hauling ass down the 91. I'm like, shit, like I don't want to do it. Like I cannot. But I already had it set up. I'm like, just in case it's like mid freeway, I'm just gonna pull over and it is what it is. But I'm like, no.
Yeah.
But I got the setup ready to go. Just any occasion.
Yeah.
I got the setup, but I have not.
We
believe you.
We had a driver tell us the story. We had a dude. Okay, this who was in a day cab, bro. Broad daylight on the side of the 91 and the 605, and this was like the weekend before we had cleaned out his truck and shit, and I had bought a bucket. But I bought it for trash. I'm like, hey,
trash can?
Because he was a messy motherfucker, you know? Yeah. So I told him, put your trash inside this bucket or this trash can and, you know, keep it in there. He goes, all right, cool. And then the following weekend, you know, we're cleaning out his truck and I don't see it no more. And I told this one, I'm like, hey, have you seen this trash can? And then he's like, nah. And then we ended up, I think a couple days later, we were at the yard chilling. And then I asked the driver, I'm like, hey, where the fuck is your trash can at? Then he goes, oh, bro. He goes, I was on the side of the 605 and the 91 and I had to take a shit. And I was all like, and I was all like, wait, what do you mean? He goes, well, I had to use it. And, you know, I just threw it on the side of the road and fuck. So I was all like, bro, how the fuck do you even manage to take a shit inside a day cab? I'm like, fuck. So I always thought it was funny. I'm like, damn, you know, that shit's never going to happen to me. And the same, I got my setup ready just in case, but I never really put it, you know, attention to it. Uh-huh. And the same shit. I was coming down from Paris, and I'm in the rig, and I have an appointment. Yeah. Going into the port, and I'm like, okay, like, you know, I'm like, as soon as I get to the port, whatever, I'll use the restroom, right? As soon as I get to the 605 and the 91, bro, traffic.
The lonchera hit.
Yeah. Oh, I was all like, food? Oh, hell no. And yeah, I had to pull over, use the bucket. And the shit was all like, hey, bro, I think that driver, he cursed right there, the 605 and the 91, fool, because... I mean, you pass through there somehow. I don't know why you pass through there. You always got to take a shit there for some reason,
or flip over,
or flip. Yeah. So yeah, that was my one of my bucket stories. The only bucket story that I have.
Yeah. Well.
Crazy. Have you?
Oh, I've shit in my pants twice.
Shit.
Yeah.
Fuck, in the pants, not even in the bucket.
I guess I'll share my story. This is back.
We got you.
We got you.
Hey, man, I'm the interviewer. I'll make it quick. I was at F10 back in the day. It was called F10. So the line was super long. I had been there hours. It was, you know, when the lines are so long that you're in your spot and you look to the left and there's a line that's going to your spot. Yeah. Like, oh, yeah, you guys are fucked, you know? But then in the distance, I could see the restroom. I was like, man, I really got to take a shit. But I know if I leave and the machine comes and I'm not here to pull up, because I was at the edge of the break. Yeah. Like, it was a 45, I believe. Okay. So I was at the end of the row, so I didn't want to be on this intersection, so I just waited for the machine to come so I could pull up, like a couple inches, right, or whatever. So, but it wouldn't come. It wouldn't come. And something about your mind, when it knows that you could take a shit, it doesn't care what you think. It's like, don't tell me that it didn't, like, the reflexes kick in. As soon as you think of a toilet,
you start sweating and
it's like,
shit, bro.
I didn't think about it twice.
Your body's like, toilet? Okay. So, anyways, I didn't have a bucket at the time.
That's when your idea came in after that?
I didn't learn. I told you I shit myself twice. So I started panicking. I'm like, At this point, if I run to the restroom, I'll shit halfway because you're running and it'll start like shooting as I go. So I'm like, fuck. So I just ran to the back and I opened up a bunch of manifests and laid them all over the bed of the sleeper.
Uh-huh.
A bunch of manifests, laid them out, created a nice little, and like that movie Hall Pass. That
Uh-huh.
girl,
Oh, yeah.
that shit, when she does it on the,
Just sprayed the fucking wall.
and that was a close call. Crumbled everything up and did the right thing. Throw it in the trash. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, there's some people throw it on the side of the
Cayó
freeway.
algunas gotitas on my boxers. So I had luckily I was working like a lot. Like I would sleep in the truck sometimes. So
Oh shit.
I had a extra set of clothes. So
Yeah.
but no underwear. So I ended up having fresh set of jeans with no underwear.
Oh, fuck.
The rest of the day.
Oh,
That was the
man.
first scare. Little bit of drip on the hip.
Nah, yeah, bro. Since I had that scare fucking coming from Lake Perez, bro, I made it to where it's like, if I do have to order something like from a lonchera, bro, I try to make it like something as slight as possible. Because I'm like, or if I go somewhere and I've been to that place before, like I try to get something that I've gotten before that I know is not gonna fuck up my stomach. Because it's like, fuck that, man. Like, I don't know if y'all like me, but like as soon as that happens, bro, you start sweating. You start contemplating your life. You're like, man, fuck life, bro.
Mine was my ugly one was the outside of Pier E where they do the staging. Like if you're going to to Costco or like if you're going to K-Line, that little staging area.
Yeah.
I was there. But earlier, like an hour before, I had that place called Piggy's on the Lamo and Santa Fe by the Del Amo swap meet.
Yeah.
Oh, it's had like 3 owners since. So I had gone there, but then it started, algo me hizo daño, güey. So I had 30-minute window to go into Pier E. At the time, they still had those air-conditioned stainless steel restrooms open at the entrance, next to the trouble
Oh,
window.
yeah.
Oh, damn, beautiful. So I'm like, I'll just wait. I can handle it. But no, I couldn't wait. So that's the day that I like shit half of my left leg, and the rest went on my brand new military floor.
Oh fuck.
Fuck, man. I know. This stuff happens, I guess.
No, yeah.
So ever since then, I'm like, never again, man. I'm gonna have my bucket. And I thought maybe other people go through that, and
yeah.
it sounds embarrassing, you think, but it's just something that people encounter. I'm sure I'm not the only one. Other people probably just shy about it, but
Yeah.
No, it happens. It happens to everybody, And the idea of that bucket, I mean, I remember when I started trucking, never in my mind it came up having a shit bucket.
Mm-hmm.
I bought sheets for my bed, pillows, freaking, I put shit that maybe I'm not gonna need, and never once it came in my mind having a shit bucket.
I told this fool, I'm like, hey, bro, like when you're getting your shit ready, make sure you get like some baby wipes in the truck, bro, because you never know when you're gonna need them.
Yeah,
we had the baby wipes.
the baby wipes. Yeah.
Some of these porta potties be nasty.
Bro, the porta potties, they be looking like there's a little pile of shit. It looks like it's gonna come out and tap you. Fuck all that. Yeah, fuck that.
Oh man.
All right, enough nasty talk. But yeah, what do you guys think? What's the meaning of Containeroz to you guys? Maybe what comes to mind when you see the name?
A community of truckers.
A
I guess.
community.
Even though la verdad es que as truckers, a lot of people they try to do their own thing and they really don't give a fuck about others, which I feel like should be different. Like I was in the chat that you made a couple months ago. Remember to
Which
try
one?
to help us out like whenever we needed.
A telegram?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. To try to help each other out, like que digamos que estamos en un puerto, like hit up on the chat like, oh, does anybody have a chassis or anybody needs a chassis, stuff like
Try
that.
to like categorize it.
Yeah, and I feel like that's what it means, pero not everyone is like that. Like a lot of people are just they trying to do their own thing. They're not trying to give a fuck about other people. Like there's occasions where it's like you'll be in line and by your fault or somebody else's fault, like you fuck up and you had to go into there, and you be like, hey, bro, like, can I go in there? And there's some people that would just fucking look at you and like roll up the window. Pero también there's other people that like, they'll be like, oh, you know what, compa, like shoot through, dele. Or there, like I said earlier, like when asking for help at ports is like, there's a lot of people that'll help you out, and I feel like that's how it should be. Pero también there's a lot of people that will fucking blow you off like on the quickness. But yeah, like I feel like that. I feel like it's like a community of like both owner operators and drivers that are
Something
in this
that
industry to
represents
help.
us,
Yeah.
To help us out.
It's funny because it started as that, like for owner operators, like in a way, but then it's kind of spread out to where it generally covers all the drayage things. Like if you unload the container, we got love for you. Like we see more now, you know, like more of the whole bigger picture. But what about you? What did you think at first?
The same thing. A community, something that symbolizes what we do, you know, representing, you know, and you know, like he said, it's not just a name. I mean, you're out here, you know, trying to help, you know, other containeros, you know, your ideas, you know, what many containeros lack, you know, in regards to not staying quiet for certain things, you know, that's how, you know, that's how I see containeros.
Being able to like throw stuff around in between several amount of people, it was like see what everyone's point of view is in certain things. Like I said, is like uno nunca sabe. Like you never know everything. Like like there's some shit that I don't know, and someone might be fucking an expert in it, and it's like a community to help each other
normalize
out.
it being okay not to know something at first.
Exactly.
And normalize being able to share how you did it. Like more generosity in all ways.
Yeah.
Generosity is not always just with money.
No.
It can be with knowledge. It could be with your time. It could be with helping, you know?
Yeah.
So
I feel like it's just
cool. That's cool.
It's just like a big family, you know?
Yeah, because it's like,
you know, we're all here, you know, we're all here to do for the same shit, you know? Build up, make money, you know, grow. And
because
you know all these companies that you have here on the table, I mean, we should all work together, you know. Grow out of it.
Porque one day you could be up, another day you could be down. You never know. Like you could be helping someone that doesn't have shit, that has one truck or has no trucks, is a driver. Pero you never know. Like
in the future, that could be the one giving you work.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's pretty unique too. I mean, shit. I mean, you don't hear, you know, other slogans for, you know, flatberos or, you know, tanqueros or, you know. So it's unique. I remember when I bought a few decals, I passed them around in the shop, and
What, you got him like 6 months later or what? Let's not talk about my customer service right now.
Yeah, no, and
I would get mine, bro, when you used to park down the street from where we park.
Yeah.
Down on Gaylord.
No, Gaylord.
The people's yard,
Yeah,
where everybody drops fucking containers on the street.
I know. They still do shit.
There's a couple that lives in their car, and they stay
on the corner.
They stay on the bottom, like where the U-turn part is.
Yeah.
One time I remember they had that shit surrounded by containers.
No,
like,
they still have it surrounded.
No love. Like, this is our street, not yours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
Anyway, so yeah, that's good to hear, man. I forgot what I was gonna say. All right. Any side hustles at the moment?
Side hustles.
Why are you laughing?
So me and a friend, we started a little side hustle like renting out a jet ski that we bought called Golden Key Rentals. We got the jet ski. We were trying.
You named it that?
Golden Key Rentals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whenever you guys need jet skis,
it's official and everything. So I literally we were breaking it in. The second day that we were breaking it in, a boat ran into the jet ski.
Fuck.
We hadn't even done the first payment on the jet ski. That motherfucker has been at Delamo Motorsport for almost 2 months now. We've done 2 payments on a jet ski that hasn't even been broken in because it got wrecked.
Fuck.
And the guy that hit us with the boat didn't have insurance.
How does that work? So what's the next?
Fucking either he's going to pay out of pocket or I'm suing his ass.
What about that business then? Because you started with one, so that business is on hold right now?
It's on hold right now. We had a couple bookings. He was actually going to book it for 4th of July weekend.
I was going to say, what about my reservation for July 4th?
No refund. that is the hustle, the reservation and no refund.
But yeah, I mean, trying to get like several different sources of income because you never know.
Cool. And I told this, so I'm like, hey, when are you going to let me borrow the jet ski? He goes, it's a $200 deposit.
Ande.
I'm like, damn. I'm like, fool, you might as well ask me to pre-pull you something.
Give me a free load from the yard and shit.
Oh, shit.
How did you come up with that? You just said that's a demand, or what? How do you come up with the numbers? And
so what me and my friends do is like we do a lot
trying
of
to get them sneakers?
No, you just see all the sneakers. I was gonna show you the picture of the fucking jet ski all messed up. But so me and my friends, we always do like different stuff, different activities. We go off-roading and stuff, and the majority of the times is like we rent stuff. So we're
okay.
So yeah. So we're like we might as well get something. Like every time we rent a jet ski, we pay like $300-400 a day, and I know the payment is like $300-400.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like I thought about it. I'm like, okay, so the slow season is gonna be obviously winter, but también during summers, like people are gonna want to rent it like almost every weekend or sometimes even during the week or several days in advance or something, right? So I'm like, shit, all right. So I sort of did the math. I'm like, okay, I got good credit. Payments are gonna be around $300-400. If I rent it even for $250-300, is like one rental a month. This is the payment of the fucking jet ski. I'm like, fucking, might as well do that. Because we were gonna do a Can-Am first, but it's like a Can-Am is expensive. Can-Ams are like $30,000-40,000. It's like
probably more risk because you want to do some wild shit in it.
I know it's more risk because it's like every time we rent a Can-Am, we flip it over.
Allegedly.
So, allegedly.
I remember we were gonna sign up for one, and then we're like, hey, fool. One of our trucks needs tires, bro. Never mind.
Business mindset.
Yeah, me and him were gonna get one. And we're like, hey, bro, like, remember that truck, bro? We about
just
to
keep
spend
that one doing
already.
the yard pools, you know.
Yeah.
Nah, but
hey, you can't find it, huh?
Fuck it. Oh, there it is. Wait.
While he does that, what about you?
Nah, I don't got any side hustles right now. Just trying to dedicate more time to my wife and my son.
Oh, okay.
That's how the boat ended up.
Yeah.
On top of the dock.
What the fuck? Why is it on top of a dock?
It pretty much used the jet ski as a ramp to get on top of the dock, bro. It fucking fucked up it messed up the jet ski.
Oh shit! So the boat, this is the dock, like at the
is Long Beach right here,
the pier or whatever.
Yeah.
So this is where you walk and then you park the boat next to them, right?
Mm-hmm. So it's like per se, like the jet ski was parked right here.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the guy in the boat was doing. If he was drunk or he didn't know how to drive a boat, but he just fucking smacked the jet ski and like jumped it on top of the dock.
This is wild.
That's crazy, right?
There's a boat on a fucking area where you walk that use their jet ski as a fucking ramp.
I know. Well,
this is some whistling diesel shit.
I know, bro.
My brother-in-law was the one that was on the jet ski.
Yeah,
they're pulling it. They're pulling it.
So my friend
back in the water.
My friend was actually on top of the jet ski when that happened.
What?
Yeah, so my friend was pulling up, right? And my other friend was gonna tie out down the jet ski.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess when they saw that the boat was coming, my other friend pulled the string.
Oh, okay.
So because the boat was like pretty much going straight towards where it's like you sit on the jet ski. So my friend pulled the string and was able to like pretty much save my other friend's life. Because imagine, bro, like the boat ended up on top of the dock.
Yeah,
Someone
had to get crushed along the way.
That thing was like crazy. I was like, it was just.
Send me that one. Let me. I'll see if I can squeeze it in here.
Alright, I'll send it to you right now.
I've never done that. Well, let's see if I can figure it out.
Yeah.
Any of you have a hardship that you would like to share and how you overcame it? Maybe to inspire someone out there. Any like something that sticks out in your journey overall. It doesn't have to be the trucking journey.
No, overall, I could say just never give up. I mean, you know, I could say, you know, if you're pretty motivated, and I'm a refer to trucking, but if you're pretty motivated to get your license, just never give up. Go for it.
You want to add your number? Oh no, I think I have you. For me, it would probably be. Well, I tell this to a lot of people that want to get in the industry is once you get your license, I feel like the first couple of months, first 2-3 months, I know I went through it. It's if you're used to being in an environment where you have a lot of people that you talk to. Personally, I went through like I guess like a soft phase of like depression because it's like fuck like, bro, if you're coming from an industry where it's like you're talking to someone all the time, every time, like having communication, and now you're going into trucking and it's like you have no one to talk to. Your dispatchers, they just want to give you your shit and hang up on you.
Yeah,
it's like just because you're free to talk the biggest part of the day is like doesn't mean that everyone else is.
Yeah,
because it's like okay, like fuck, I remember I would call my mom and be like, well, estoy trabajando, mijo, like ahí te hablo más al rato. Call my dad. Call my pops, the same thing. I'm like, fuck, like my homies are working. It's like, who the fuck do I call? I'm like, and it's only I feel like it's only when you're starting off, because it's like now it's like fucking I call this fucker. I call
now more people that are doing it
that are trucking. So it's like ¿qué estás haciendo, cerote? And it's like also I'm Mexican.
Puta man.
I'm Mexican, but it's like since I everyone that I hang out with, or the majority of them in the trucking industry, they're all Central American, so I get that accent. So I be like fucking around with everyone.
Come mierda vos.
Bro, because it's like
my mom's Salvadorian.
Because it's like I don't know if you noticed, but it's like the trucking industry is ran by Central Americans. It's like it's very few Mexicans and other races that are in this industry, but it's the majority of them are Central Americans. Like at the yard where we park, literally it's only
the majority, everybody.
Three Mexicans, me, one of my boys that's around the same age, and some older guy that are Mexican. the everyone else is Central American, literally everyone else. So it's like you get like certain words, certain slangs from them, like, ¿qué cerote? ¿Qué estás haciendo? Aquí valiendo madre, something pija. I'm like,
that's racist. Come mierda, go. What would you say to an 18-year-old you? Who goes first?
What would I say to an 18-year-old?
No, not an 18-year-old. To you, 18-year-old Danny.
Oh, to 18-year-old Danny.
He's like, una de 18.
I would say.
What's up, baby?
I would say. Fuck, I don't even know what else. I'll tell him.
What would you tell that guy, man? Que póngase pila.
Pues, sí, póngase las pilas. You know, don't give up. And yeah, pretty much that's what I'll say.
You literally went back in time right now. That's all you would say?
Yeah.
You went back in time to when you're 18.
Like, yeah.
Tell that fool to buy Bitcoin.
Oh, that's what I was about to say too.
Bitcoin. Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. I would say, that. Well, then, yeah, I guess buy Bitcoin. Invest a little bit. Invest more. Yeah.
Good question, huh?
That's good question.
You're up.
I would probably tell myself to get into this industry a lot faster. Because it's like the people that I know that I talk to, there's like they've been in trucking since they were like fucking 20, 19. Obviously, it was a little bit harder, but it was doable. It's like, or even if you have your license, you don't necessarily have to be driving to have quote unquote experience. Like the majority of the insurance places, they just want to know how long you've been having your license for. They're not like, oh shit, like you have a year with your license, but you haven't been working.
This is not like, show me your resume.
Yeah,
my resume is my printout. You know.
Yeah. So it's like I would just tell myself get your license sooner, and fucking actually open your eyes to see what more experience you could get. Like,
I feel I got stuck in owner op phase forever, man. I got that point where when you start off, that's like the ultimate goal, you know, like owner op, have my own truck. It just feels like a whole another level. But I never really looked into all that other shit, and now I'm like, damn, I missed out.
Cause all of that shit is confusing, bro.
So that's what I'm trying to report on, you know.
Yeah,
and I start off by, I don't know shit, but
you can't be scared.
You know what I mean?
You cannot be scared. Like the worst thing you could do is fail a little bit, take a little bit of an L, then bounce back. Now you know what not to do in that situation. Yeah. And you go the other way.
You'll take one anyways if you don't do shit.
Exactly.
So take a chance.
You're gonna miss 100% of the shots that you don't take.
Hey. Anything random you guys want to share? What's on your mind right now? Like a burning desire, they say in
a burning desire.
I got a burning regret.
Shoot.
Before the trucks went up in price, we went to go take a look at a 2017 Peterbilt long nose, like beautiful truck. The motor was rebuilt. The dealer had the paperwork and everything, and the paint, like we ran the payments. The payments were gonna be around $2,000, and I was gonna get that one because he didn't have his license back then. I was gonna get it. I was gonna drive it, but I backed out. I was like, fucking over $2,000, like. No, like it, bro. Like the truck was beautiful. Like I'm saying, the motor was rebuilt. They had the paperwork to show us.
You could have gotten it.
Yeah.
Oh, we had.
You just chose not to.
We had the approval. We had everything. Yeah. And it's just, I didn't decide to pull the trigger because I was like, it's too much money. Yeah. But it's like, look at it now.
Did you guys? Was that a mutual though? Eventually.
Yeah. Well, he was telling me
he was like, do it.
He was telling me to get it. He's like, bro, just get it. Like you've been wanting one of those. Like you have your, like you're ready to go. Just do it. And I was the one that was like, nah, bro. Like it's too much. It's too much money. But then it's like looking at it now, bro. Like, fuck it. Yeah. Most of these trucks that are, to be honest, like a piece of shit are going for around $2,000 a month.
Yeah. Well, I tell them we had the opportunity. We actually had the opportunity to get four more trucks at one point from the same freaking dealer. But obviously, sitting down,
the drivers weren't there.
The drivers weren't there. The trucks were there. The drivers weren't there, and you know, we started looking at like payment wise. We're like, well, you know what, this and this, blah blah blah. But yeah, that's a couple of regrets that we have. Looking at today's market, today's price, we could have gotten
so much more, bro.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, those trucks they were going pretty cheap, and right now, honestly, we could have sold it and doubled our profit just by selling it.
Double, triple your profit.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's one of the regrets. That I have as well, and I tell this almost every day. I'm like, damn fool, remember that great Camry that we want to go see? I'm like, fuck fool.
Is it before we used to like go see trucks all the time? Like I said, he worked at the dealership, so he would be like, hey bro, like this new truck came in, like come take a look at this. Shit's pretty badass. We would go fucking, we're like, fuck, nah, we'll just wait on it. We'll wait on it.
It'll come.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because. Right after we bought the green truck, well, his truck that he drives right now, there was a sister truck, the same shit, And at the time, I think they were asking for 38. And like we said, we had gotten his truck for less than 30. So then the reason why they wanted 38 was because apparently they did the one box. The one box is the filters for the after treatment and all that stuff. And then, you know, we were talking about it, us three, with my pops, and we're like 38. I'm like, damn, I think they're trying to fuck us. I'm like, fuck this and this. Because we had gotten the green truck for less than 30. So we're like, damn, these motherfuckers want to make $8,000 just because it has a new fucking filter system in it. But they didn't have a receipt that it was new. It just looked new. And we backed out on it.
Like, this was power wash the box and
shit. I mean, we had gotten approved already for, you know, we had gotten approved. And, you know, we were basically ready to sign. Ready. And then we're like, nah, you know what? Nah, we're going to back out on it. And, yeah, all of a sudden, that everything truck, I think they wanted 50 for it. And we're like, oh, hell no. Nah. And, yeah, it just... Every single time we wanted to get another truck, we felt like, because we got trucks at a cheaper price and because things were rising, and obviously now we know, and you know how things have been, you know, going up. At the time, we were just like, man, I think they're seeing us, and I mean, they're just trying to fucking make their money. But now, you know,
at this point, it's like if you buy something super high, it'll be, if everything drops, now you're upside down on that shit.
Yeah.
Then you'll be regretting that as well.
Oh, exactly. So in the back, what would I tell my 28-year-old self? Nigga, buy the fucking trucks.
18. Oh. You didn't have to go that far. I'm like, hey, you got me there. I'm gonna have to edit that out so I don't look so stupid.
Nah, bro. Like a while back, you posted some guy that he just got a brand new Peterbilt. When I was looking at that shit, I'm like, damn, that truck is beautiful. That burgundy, especially like a person. I'm a huge.
Who
burgundy.
was it? Do you remember?
Nah, bro, I don't remember. I think you posted his story or something about that. But
no, that was on Cali Troqueros.
No, you posted it too.
Oh, you posted it?
I don't know.
I think you reposted it because they had tagged you on KONTAINEROZ, and you reposted it.
Yeah, maybe.
It's like a burgundy truck that they had just got, like brand spanking new.
I mean, honestly,
I think it's Alaco
I think something like that.
It starts with an A, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got it expensive though too, huh?
Yeah, but bro, like,
I
honestly,
that shit was $250,000 or something.
Yeah, I remember because I told you that shit was expensive as fuck.
Well, it's because recently, bro, there's nothing but Peterbilts in the port. I mean, I swear, I feel like Peterbilt's out here freaking. Here you go. You want one? Here you go.
Yeah.
I've been seeing Peterbilts lately with today's market, with today's diesel prices in the port, like nothing, bro. And they're not just basic ass Peterbilts, man. They got them all chromed out and shit with lights and all that. So I'm like, damn. Like I told this, so I'm like, hey,
where's your customer, homie?
yeah. Low key, I'm like, damn, bro. We're over here like fucking, you know. We think a Freightliner is expensive, man. These fuckers are signing away their lives. And yeah, últimamente I've been seeing a lot of freaking Peterbilts, bro.
Chuladas, man.
Chuladas.
Maybe they just been on your mind a lot, and that's why.
Yeah,
that
maybe.
Too.
You know,
that too.
Maybe.
Pero también is like, I feel like for our thing, unless if we were to get a Peterbilt, it would be like a personal truck. It wouldn't be like for drivers and stuff like that. Because obviously with a P, you can't make as much money in a business like as a driver as you can with the Freightliner. Because Freightliners are like the Hondas of the trucking industry, bro.
Yeah.
Everyone knows something about them, and fucking you don't have to throw a stone that far to find a mechanic that knows how to work on a Freightliner.
Yeah.
It's like the parts are available everywhere. Everything is secondhand. There's parts for everything. Where like Peterbilt, it's fucking, you break a boat, it's like, yeah, bro, it's like a $300 boat. It's like everything is expensive as fuck. Pero like as a personal truck, yeah, chulada, man. Like,
yeah, I mean, you know, any truck is gonna do the same shit. Like obviously, what a Peterbilt, with a Kenworth, with an International, with a Freightliner. But as a trucker, as a goal, I feel like you get your Peterbilt, you're like,
Hell yeah.
hell yeah, like I'm up here.
That's what you're gonna go for, Peterbilt, when you go
Personally, me, yeah.
yeah, your dream truck.
There's some people that like fucking Kensworth more.
Yeah.
But for me, it's a P. I know it's gonna be a fucking bitch. Like there's gonna be places where I'm not even gonna be able to park with those trucks.
Yeah.
Because I go.
Sometimes just doing a U-turn in the terminal between the wheeled rows, like, no way.
Yeah, you gotta fucking go all the way around.
The turn radius, I mean.
Yeah, but here locally, Peterbilt. I mean, those trucks are used to go out. I mean, you might as well, just locally here in the port. I mean, shit, you'll be doing more regions.
Breaking news.
Yeah, breaking news. Yeah, you'll be doing more regions than other trucks. So regenerations. But.
Yeah.
Funny story. Back, I think it was when I had just gotten the green truck. When we had just gotten the green truck, we were doing some loads up to Fresno, and I first tried them out. I was like, fuck it, I'll go try it out. It was my first time going through scale houses and all of that, bro.
Into the mic.
And the last time too.
It was my first and last time going through the scale houses. I think I went like when I was 10 times. But the 10th time was the last, bro. The 10th time was like the worst experience I've had so far. Going out there, I got a ticket for third lane on my way there. On my way back, I got stopped at the scale house. It was like, fuck, it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. I mean it was my fault, but it was like, fuck.
I heard the third lane is actually the wrong way to say it.
Really?
Yeah, I heard they count them from left to right.
So it'd be what?
Not right to left, so that would be the first lane. Allegedly, I may be wrong, but
no, I think I think you're actually right.
You know what I mean?
I think you are right.
But just third lane gang sounds a little
The third lane gang.
Third lane.
Yeah.
So you like localito entonces, ya.
Ja huevo.
Localito. A lo seguro más bien. Yeah, because sometimes, bro, when you pass through the scale houses, like, they'll get you for anything and everything, bro.
I think it's just I would pass to them daily, like when I was going up to Stockton and Tracy, and that's a lot of like adjustments. There's a lot of scales going up, coming down. Santanella, the Grapevine, over there by Livermore. There's a lot of chances to get popped.
Yeah.
But after a while, I think the more you do it, it's like, man, you even look at them, what's up, fool?
Yeah.
If you know your shit straight, I think that's what it comes down to, that confidence you build. Like,
yeah, that's true.
My shit's on point. Like, what do you... Oh, and then when you get that sticker, it's even more like, me la pelas.
Oh, yeah. Like, I want to go to the scale houses now.
We're almost done here, but I got to ask you, what is your favorite thing about the industry and the least favorite thing?
Oh, I think it's kind of the same thing. It's that we both, like, you could wake up in the morning like, fuck it, I'm not gonna go to work. There's no one that's gonna tell you go to work. Pero también is like, if you don't go to work, it's on your ass. It's like them bills is still gonna come. So it's like you still gotta cover them bills. You get me?
Cool.
It's like you don't have a boss, but it's like you have other responsibilities.
But Danny could pick up the slack, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
También, pero también it's like
no, the perks of making money too, and how you can lose the money real quick.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
What about the least favorite?
For
you?
So I guess I would say sometimes the ports, bro.
Yeah.
The ports, you have.
They bring you.
You can't do shit.
You could be on your grind mode and it'll shut you down right away, huh?
Yeah.
That's what I would dislike. Like, I'm ready to go, I'm motivated, and then have a whole change of mood by noon.
Yeah, and you know what? That's sometimes what the some dispatchers they don't get. To where it's like there's been times where it's like más trenas, and then you just personally after I've been fucked over, I just want to go home. I'm over the day.
Sometimes it's the best thing to do,
Yeah.
right?
It is the best thing. Yeah.
You just want to go home, and then you call your dispatcher and be like, hey, bro, you know what? Like, put me out the list. Like, I'm done for the day. Pero ¿por qué? Que nomás tienes un poquito mal y te quieres ir. I'm like, bro, it's 'cause you don't understand, bro. Like, you're just chilling.
Tú cállate, tú te quieres ir a las 5 y quieres asegurarte que despachaste todo lo de la noche.
Yeah, pretty much, bro. And it's like.
No, it gets frustrating. I remember, when I was starting and shit, I was at 400 and damn, man. It was on a Wednesday, and then I told her, so you know what? I'm gonna start my weekend early, bro. I ain't coming. I'll see you Monday.
Damn.
Yeah, I just had a really bad day, bro. A really bad day, and I just said, you know what? Fuck it.
So your least favorite part is the ports?
It would be the ports. It would. I mean, I know I got myself into me. We get ourselves into the ports. Obviously, we know. But I can say certain situations inside the ports does really ruin your day.
Sometimes the way they operate. Sometimes it's, I mean, like the way they operate.
Yeah, the way they operate.
Did you hear them tripas?
Yeah.
Damn.
You hungry?
I know.
What's a message, like if any longshoremen or staff that you encounter at the terminals might be watching, what would you like to tell them, like from your point of view? Like,
I hope I don't catch you at Walmart, homie.
oh, like that? that doesn't help.
No.
Now they're like, I hope I don't catch you at 400.
They're about to go back to the beginning. Like, what was the name of that company? Oh, yeah, we're about to get that. They're about to come after me because of you.
Hey, you took you down with him, bro. Oh my God.
No, I would say let's try to work together, man. I mean, at the end of the day, we're trying to go in and out.
Yeah.
And I know they're trying to do their job. Just
help a brother out.
Help a brother out. I mean, help me help you. You know, and that's what happens. I mean, I know they're there to collect their hours and shit, but we're there to collect money.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I mean, they gotta understand that some of us we're not getting paid by the hour. So it's like, there's occasions, bro, that it's like they go to lunch at a certain time and they leave like damn near an hour, 45, 35 minutes before. And it's like they'll be on your spot. That's when it gets even more frustrating, bro. It's like when you're at your spot, the machine is on top of you, and then you see the guy start walking down. We're like, fuck. You look at your watch,
and
like,
your
bro,
can was right there.
Yeah,
exactly.
your can is right there, like, bro, like your lunch. I mean, not trying to be fucked up, but it's like your lunch is not until like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and you're like, hey, bro, like, you think you can help me out? And they don't even respond to you. So it's like, I guess I would be like, bro, like, help us out también de vez en cuando, you get me?
So you don't have a problem with the fact they take a lunch. You have a problem with the ones that abuse it.
Yeah, because there's been times where like the clerk in the bottom will tell me like, oh, like, well, this guy doesn't want to leave for lunch already, so I guess we're gonna help you. I'm like, fuck, thank you, thank you, bro. Like, you get me? Pero también there's other guys that fucking they'll leave like an hour early.
Yeah, there's a few of them. I think at APL I saw someone with the KONTAINEROZ sticker on his helmet.
Oh, pretty cool.
I think so. I mean, and he was pretty chill because it was a really tight spot, and luckily he goes, "I got you," and he was able to move the truck behind me a little bit back so where I can fit. And then he goes, no, we'll get you guys out of here. So
that asshole had probably pulled up.
That's so probably. But yeah, if there's to be more of those guys.
Pero también igualmente, like how there's longshoremen that are assholes. Oh, yeah. There's an equally amount of us truckers that are assholes también.
Yeah,
towards them. Pero it's like, I feel like with us we're more frustrated. And we sometimes take it out on them, which I know that we shouldn't, because shit, I've done that too. I've done that too, and I know that I shouldn't be taking it out on them because it's like they're just they're doing their job. And
yeah, what if that day you did it to the nice one, and now the nice one is evil?
Yeah, exactly. Because
it's just
uno nunca sabe.
We're working like enemies at the end of the day, and that's how I feel it. Because I remember the same thing. At 400, man, all of our stories have been for 400. But at 400, they sent me to the flip line, and the flip line. Obviously, I follow my lane, and then I didn't know that I had to go to the second guard, so I went to the first one, and she was like, "Driver, what the fuck are you doing?" Blah, blah, blah. Like started yelling at me, and I'm like, "What the fuck did I do?" Like, you know what I mean? And
Yeah, so sometimes they do come out a little bit too aggressive.
they do, and then you'll find some nice ones. You know, I had another event at 88. You know, the same thing. I was in spot, I think 300 in the F section, and there's the intersection, but there was a truck already at the edge, so I started the line at G, so just so that way I can pull forward when that truck leaves, and I was the only truck. And then I went up to the clerk, and I'm like, "Hey, you know, I see my can up there. You know, I was wondering, as soon as he leaves, can I just pull forward?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, you can." He goes, "But this machine is gonna go all the way to the front." And I was all like, "Oh, but I've been waiting here." I'm like, "My can is literally right there. Like, you could just grab it." And he goes, "Hey, you know," he's all like, "I'm not the one that makes the calls. The one that's operating that makes the calls. You know, I can ask, but I already know. Like, I'm just trying to have a good day today." And then I'm like, "Well."
Oh, so there might be conflict within them.
Yeah.
So the
might
guy
be
on
conflict.
top doesn't want to take orders from
Exactly,
the dock
orders
signal?
from the bottom. In that situation, that's what happened. So then he
Porque
goes.
también you gotta remember that it's like not all the ports like work the same. Not all the longshoremen, because it's like I've had this week at K-Line, I was waiting on one of the rows, but there was a line like backed up, but my spot was empty, and I had already asked everyone that was in line, like, "Hey, you going to the spot?" No, dele. And you know that at other ports they'll let you go to your spot, but there was a clerk right there that fucking, I was like parking in my spot. This fool comes out, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, you need to go back to the fucking line." I'm like, "Bro, like I talked to everyone. Nobody's going here. Like, the spot is empty. I don't give a fuck. You need to go back to the line." I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
What's the rational reason to go to the line for a spot that's already open?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it was like some clerks, some ports, they work different, and it's like you're never gonna win. At the end of the day, I've told this fool before, like when he was starting, I'm like, "Bro, just never argue at the port. You're never gonna win.
Yeah,
You're always like, even if you're
You
right,
might win if you get the superintendent there, and
But yeah, I mean,
might
exactly. It's like,
might. But then sometimes when you
and don't give up your license
oh no.
without the presence of the superintendent.
Oh, okay. No. Well, I mean, I don't really let it escalate to that. I mean, I let him talk their shit. I just raise up the window, and because at the end of the day, I mean, I'm just trying to get out. And then el que va a perder is tú. I mean, either one, they won't give you your load, or two, they could kick you out of the port. Mm-hmm. So I just, this will tell me, goes, "Hey, don't argue with them, just whatever.
Let them talk their shit."
Yeah, I mean, I just let them talk their shit, and I just, I raise up my window, and I'm like, "I hope I catch your ass at a Walmart, homie." And yeah, and you see, pues, no, nunca les vas a ganar. Y pues en todos modos, okay, you're gonna argue, and then you're gonna argue with yourself. I mean, you're gonna be the one mad. So yeah, I just raise up the window, and I'm like, "All right, whatever, motherfucker, just give me my freaking load."
You don't think it'll change?
I honestly don't think that shit's gonna change.
I think that a lot of thanks to also Containeroz, is like a lot of them are like being more aware of what's going on.
You think some of them listen? Like,
oh yeah,
hear the stories.
Yeah.
I think so. I think
some of them
don't want to come on though, but I feel like they probably get not hate, but it's like, why you like kind of
you know what? Like, there's always
need to explain nothing to them, homie. Like, why are you going on there? You know, like,
there's always two sides to a story. It's like, obviously the majority of the people that you have here is like, we're seeing from one side of it, and it's like, it would be cool like if a couple of them come in and yeah, like either have both longshoremen, a couple longshoremen, and a couple truckers that be like, you know what, like actually talk. Because it's like the majority of the times when you quote unquote talk in at the port, it's fucking fighting. It's not even talking. You're just fucking talking shit.
Exactly.
But it was like, if you get if that were to happen, it would be a little bit more clear of what's going on. Because I mean, like I've talked to like I said, this week I got kicked out 3 times from K-Line, And those 3 times I would actually chill for a cool minute at the chassis pit and talk to the guy. And one of the times I was like, hey bro, like, is it cool like if I record you so I can send it to my dispatcher so he doesn't think I'm bullshitting? And he's like, nah bro, like I'm not comfortable with that. I'm like, all right, fuck it, cool. And he was like, but you know what, like he's like, I don't want you to think that it's me that I don't want to give it to you. He's like, I come in the morning and I ask them if I could give out chassis, and they say nothing.
Yeah, there's already like a yard plan in place.
And he's like, you know what? He's like, what I would tell you to do is, he's like, what I would tell you, he's like, but I can't tell you. He's like, just go around and find them before they get here. Because he's like, as soon as they get here, if they disconnect, he's like, I can't give it to you. He's like, you could either try to wait there unless a clerk kicks you out, or try to look for someone that's about to drop it off, but just as long as he doesn't get here. He's like, because if he gets here, I have to stack it up. He's like, I don't know why. That's just what they tell me.
I would like to know why. Like, do you ever wonder why? It doesn't make any sense. Like, you stack them up. We need them, but we can't get them.
They're like right there. He told me, he's like, I don't know if they need them for like all the loads that are coming in from the ship or what's going on.
So is that someone out there that paid for the service? Like, my shit's getting wheeled, so now you didn't pay for the service, so go fuck yourself.
Yeah, pretty much.
Maybe for example, man, 88 Shippers Transport, man, they got they set aside chassis strictly for them. Strictly for them.
Oh yeah, like when the chassis pit, right? There's like a section.
In the there's a giant section with a shit of the chassis, and then
all the WCCPs.
But we're over here trying to take out Pasha chassis, obviously with a Pasha empty, and they're stacked, and then the guy will tell us, oh no, there's none, and I'm like, I'm seeing them right here. There's like 20 of them. Oh no, we can't use those. So I'm like, well, then.
And it's crazy though how out of nowhere is like the chassis shortage started. It's like I said earlier, like before, like you would want to go into a port bobtail because there was an abundance of chassis, and it's like now it's like the complete opposite. Yeah. Like if they try to send you to the port bobtail, it's like
we made a discovery with Agent Gandaya. Remember that reel? We found there's a yard out in the desert with a lot of chassis.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Unfortunately, the informant got killed.
Damn.
Nah, you guys don't know what I'm talking about. Never mind. Someone sent me a aerial, like a Google, what is that? Google Earth or whatever. Where you close in on
certain locations.
Yeah. So someone found that spot where there's like out in the, I may be way off, but let's just say Victorville area where there's a lot of desert, right?
Yeah.
Aerial shot of a bunch of chassis, bro. So I made a reel where it was like with the X-Files music background and make it sound like this agent went undercover and he found out where they were hiding the chassis. And then he's telling his boss, and then his boss fucking strangles him. So it's like, have you seen Agent Gandaya? Like, so anyways, you had to see it to get it. So. People were like, who's Agent Gandaya? Is this real? Yeah. You know what Gandaya is though, right? Like, no. Gandaya,
like tranza, right? No.
Gandaya is like probably another word for chucho. Another, like someone that doesn't give a fuck. Like he'll cut the line. He'll just do you dirty. It's all about him, like just yeah. Anywho.
But it's crazy though. Like all the fucking the chassis shortage is. It's crazy.
So anything else you guys want to add before I put you to sleep? We're kind of running out of energy, huh?
No, just I guess people that are looking into getting into this industry, don't be scared. I mean, there's always different ways to come into it. Obviously if you don't have the funds, like I said earlier, there's different ways you could do it. You could either sign on to a company. You could. There's different ways. There's always a way to do it.
There's always a way.
And this is a pretty good industry to go into if you're young.
Yeah.
If you're young, I would highly recommend it. If you don't know what to do, if you're not big into like digamos school or whatever, this is one of the industries where you could come in, and within a year, 2 years, you're gonna be making over 100,000.
Yep.
I've been clapping a lot this episode. I don't know, it's a lot of good news,
That's right.
Anything you want to add?
Nah. Ditto.
Nah, let's get the fuck out of here.
No.
Just don't be scared.
No, they're the same shit.
Don't be scared to jump
Yeah,
in.
he agrees. He agrees with you.
Don't be scared to jump in. You know, don't be scared to work. You know, with several companies either. You know, just you keep them in your contacts because you never know when you might need them. And
So where can they reach you? I'm also gonna add that in the description below. Hey, YouTuber style.
that's right.
The contact info will be in the description below.
Hello.
That's
You go first.
contact.
Yeah, where can they reach you? What is your on social media or?
Social media. Well, you know, I have a Facebook, but I'm really not on Facebook. But on Instagram, you know, I think I don't even know what.
It will not be in the description below.
No.
Well, you can reach me at. I mean, it's an old tag, so don't judge me. El Ondeado. It's L __ Ondeado __.
Yes.
You can hit me up with any questions that you have about anything. I mean, I don't know a lot, but what I do know, I'm willing to talk to anyone about it.
And then you can reach me at Danny _Cordon on Instagram. And
Where?
on Instagram, Danny
On the.
_ Cordon.
What'd you say?
I said on the.
Oh, only.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yes, sir.
Thank you guys so much for your time and coming through, and yeah, recommend me some other guests that you would like to see on here.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Send some my way.
Yes, sir. Shout out.
Man, other people that are interested, comment below. Let's do this.
by.
What you want to say?
Oh no, just shout out. Shout out time.
Shout
Shout out to Gonzalez Carriers. Shout out to Gonzalez Services. Shout out to WAP City.
Shout out there, right there. Yeah.
Shout out to Triple G.
Shout out Paul Bernard.
Port Runners.
Yeah. Shout out Zeus. Shout out everyone on this table.
Everyone on this
By the end of the
table.
year,
sir.
hopefully it's nice and
Full.
Picasso.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like it.
Shout out to Austin Trucking.
Do it. Let's do it.
Alrighty.
It's the time of the day to end the podcast. Okay.
A dormir.
Peace. We're out.